Dallas Braden
Yeah.
just tweeted about the WWE thing, and he put in parentheses, pronounced McAfee. Our boy at Pat McAfee Show, Dallas Braden. Very nice of him. Never met him. Our boy, though. I like that. I don't know if I like that. Do I like that?
Yeah.
Is he a good guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys would get along.
Okay, I like Dallas Braden. I'm happy he said our guy. I can't wait to meet him. You guys just talked me into that, by the way. You could have been lying. That could be a rib, what you just did right
No,
there.
we wouldn't lie to you because then that reflects poorly on us.
Diggs, you would never say so. That isn't true. Our boy at Pat McAfee Show, thank you, Dallas Braden, for that, pronounced McAfee, straight up got the game in a headlock. And I think he was trying to compliment me. But honestly, he just didn't.
That's been happening a lot lately.
Why has that been happening so much lately?
He might listen to the show.
And Alexa tells him that.
Could be.
Oh my God, Alexa.
Or he just hears Alexa in the breaks or like during his show or something like that.
Or maybe he asked Alexa.
It could have.
This bitch. This bitch here. What is that, Jeff Bezos?
Yep.
Unbelievable. Alexa. I don't like her. I do not like Alexa, by the way. She's always scamming, always scheming. She's always listening, dropping in, doing whatever she wants. Pronouncing names wrong. She's like Wikipedia now.
She's a little sassy too.
Huh?
She's got an attitude.
She's a real know-it-all.
What does she have to do to get in good graces?
Just say my name right. I'm easy to please.
I'm not asking for much.
Just say my
really.
name right, you know?
Learn that when it's a capital A after the fucking lowercase c on Mick,
You know what comes in after that?
it's a long A.
A fee?
It's a Mac. It's a Mac.
It's a monster Mac.
Wow, I like that, what you just did right there. That's a great little, look at you doing a little tie-in right there to fucking Halloween, guys. Did you see that shit Bailey had today?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was so funny.
What?
I just love that Bailey learned. You liked it. It was the,
Oh, yeah.
that was incredible.
Just picking up radio stations with a fucking phone charger?
With his finger. That's got to be a weird situation.
Yeah.
How do you find that out?
He bumped into it and
He's
he heard
Todd's
the chatter.
kid doing weird things.
Him and Todd probably fucking found out aliens. They don't tell nobody. I bet you they know an alien. They won't even tell us. Todd decoded.
Like a beautiful mind out there in that fucking
Yeah.
shed. How about that guy?
Signs has been on like every night.
How about a beautiful mind? The dude broke. Like, what if we would have listened? I feel like we should have listened to him. I feel like he was breaking down the entire German situation. I feel like the war would have ended much quicker if we would have listened to the beautiful mind guy. I feel like he was accurate, probably.
I feel like him and Tyler Durden should kick it.
Why?
Who's Tyler
Because it's the
Durden?
same fucking movie.
Tyler Durden?
Fight Club and Beautiful Mind are basically the same shit with a different, little bit, obviously different story.
I don't.
Basically the same with a different story.
Talking about a movie.
Yeah, it's an entire fucking movie where you think it's one guy, two guys, but it's one fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
I think it's a bit different.
They're both schizos and their second personalities are off on a running. And then they mash them together to make us think there's two people. There's only one.
Yeah, but there's like cartoons about people having imaginary friends. That's not the same as Beautiful Mind.
Would you mind citing any examples?
There's like The Prestige where it's twin brothers and they think it's the same guy, but it's not.
That's reverse.
Or Face Off.
A little bit, maybe a 99 cent version of this whole thing we're talking about.
I can understand it involves the same mental illness, what you're saying. I do agree with that.
Schizophrenic? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
That's a
then
wild world.
One guy does this, the other guy does that. It's like they're off on adventures. One guy fights people, the other guy does what he does.
He fights, he fights math.
You got to know I'm right on this.
You're 100% right.
I think if we take a poll of all the fake dudes standing in the corners of this room,
We need a fourth. We need one more.
If we were to ask around town, not just with the guys that we see, but the guys you see, you are going to win every single time, I think. I think that would be a wild illness to have. Like some people get the flu, you know, they puke and shit. Some people get a headache, they got a headache. Some people get insomniism, whatever, they can't sleep. Imagine having something where your brain just creates things and you can talk to them and they talk back.
Whole other people.
And they look completely different than anybody you've ever seen before. They're there too. Like they're real. I could not even fathom. My brain's probably doing it. I mean, I don't even know how that would. It'd be so hard. Imagine if you were a stubborn schizo and they tried to tell you it was fake. You're like, no, it's not. Like, imagine being a stubborn schizo.
Imagine when the third wall breaks and you realize that you're a schizo and you've made up a completely different person.
Imagine if one of you likes Brussels sprouts but the other one doesn't.
but like, do
That's
they
a good
eat?
point.
Do the other ones eat or no?
I don't know, dude.
Who feeds the other guy?
This Pat McAfee stance I got going on though is not a bad dig.
It is a good spot. I enjoy like the legs up with the legs crossed, but it's a real question. though.
Imagine if we're just fake, and we're in your mind.
Here I am having my show is literally me speaking in 6 different voices.
That'd be an electric show I'd listen to all the time.
Oh my god!
When is the waitress coming around?
That guy played a good imaginary character, by the way. That guy is also in what's that Tom Hanks movie?
Isn't playing every character an imaginary character?
Are we talking about Fight Club or Beautiful Mind?
Not everyone. Not everyone.
Unless you play yourself.
Yeah, Eminem. 8 Mile. The guy the fake guy in A Beautiful Mind.
Ed Norton.
Spaghetti.
No, is that his name?
No, that's Fight Club.
Spaghetti.
What's the guy in Beautiful Mind?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, no.
Nope, the imaginary guy.
Oh fuck.
He's in fucking Tom Hanks movie where he beats the hell out of himself, where they're looking for
Ed Norton.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
That was me again.
That's Fight Club.
There's Ed Harris
Who's that? The blonde hair? He's a blonde-haired fellow.
Ed Harris is cool.
or Paul Bettany.
No.
It probably is Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany, is he in a Tom Hanks movie that it has something to do with figuring out
See, they'll
conspiracy theories?
Do better at IMDb.
How would any of you guys know who Paul Bettany
That guy. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Paul Bettany.
Yeah, it's
Just
Paul
saying.
Bettany.
But you were so confused.
He plays the imaginary friend.
Da
in-
Vinci Code.
Yeah, Da Vinci Code.
And in Da Vinci Code, he's like a priest or something, or a monk, and beats the fuck out of himself. You remember that? That was weird. Those scenes were very weird.
Jim Carrey was very good at beating up himself, too. In Pet Detective.
Da Vinci
No.
Code was really
Liar,
good
liar.
for smart
Liar, liar.
asses.
Liar, liar in the bathroom. You're right.
What's that? The pen is.
The Da Vinci Code was really key for smart ass people. Because for a long time you could be like, oh, what do you do? Crack the Da Vinci Code? You could always, it's the Da Vinci Code.
Rely on it.
Yeah. It was
Now
real
it's like,
good.
did you create an electronic car that you sent to the fucking space with dead people in it? Now are you Elon Musk?
Yeah, Da Vinci Code is fucking Bush League now.
That ain't shit, bro. Tom Hanks figured it out.
Yeah.
Like nothing, by the way. Tom Hanks figured that shit out so quick.
So-
There wasn't a lot of bobbling around in his mind whenever he got, oh, that's bing, bang, boom. It's off. It's bing, bang, boom.
I
It
didn't
was
see
off.
that one.
Couple days, really.
It's too religious, right?
That's
It's
crazy,
religious.
isn't it?
Couple days, he just solved Jesus. Jesus'
I knew it
family.
was religious.
There's a lot of things, too, that were just staring at us. A lot of just cracks and stuff that were just not in places that you would think. And you'd just be like, oh, there's something there. That's wild. Just like that one with Keanu Reeves or,
The Matrix.
nope, the other searching one.
Passion of the Christ.
No, it's coming up, though. Easter, happy
Is
Easter.
that big this time of year? Do people rent that a lot?
I think every Jesus stock is up during Easter. Yeah, but
What about pie crust? We call it the Passion of the Crust.
Constantine. Constantine.
who was in that?
Keanu Reeves.
I don't think it's Keanu Reeves. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Nicolas Cage.
That one.
National Treasure is what you
That
Oh.
one. That's the one. They're kind of the same though. Those two guys.
basically.
Who two?
They took the Da Vinci Code and made it American.
Nick
and-
Cage didn't figure it out as fast.
Nick Cage, Keanu Reeves. Pretty similar.
Yes.
Well, Nick Cage might not agree with that.
I was going to say Keanu might not agree with that.
Yeah, I think they're both gonna be like, yo, the guy, fuck that guy.
Who's gonna say fuck that guy to the other guy?
Keanu Reeves and Nick Cage. I think if you told them they were very similar, they'll both want to fight.
That's what happens. I've been saying this for years now. If you're on the same Pandora station, there's a good chance that you're gonna beef with each other. It's just the way it goes. Only the weed people get along with each
Why
other
are they similar, though, in your mind?
because they both like that's.
I'm actually
all right.
100% on the same page.
I
as
bought
you.
that.
When I think of them, I'm just like, ooh, like good movies. And then you watch them, you're like, okay, these guys are doing their bland thing, just doing.
You
their
sold
thing.
me.
I think Nick
Right.
Cage takes the blue pill. I mean, if he's in the Matrix, Nick Cage ain't gonna go down that mountain. He's gonna, he's gonna double back, forget about everything, go fucking find a Mustang, drive around town.
The Shelby.
All around town.
How about the Shelby in the Matrix cruising the streets instead of those Cadillacs? Should have had some Shelbys.
So I don't think I fully comprehend what the Matrix is. I've seen it, I get it, but I don't fully get. Like, what is it? The dude was chosen by that one guy, and then it was his job to save the world that didn't exist.
Morpheus.
Yeah, him with the glasses. He had some glasses, that guy.
Round ones.
The icon ones from Movement, which I respect.
But if you die in the Matrix, you die in the real world.
Correct.
So the
So it's
Matrix,
like Avatar?
I think the Matrix. There's a chance it can bleed over into the sheep, like the woke people and the sheep. That's what this movie is. He's super woke, and he has to unkey the super duper wokeness, without any of the sheep being fucking awakened or frightened.
Fox, you ever seen The Matrix?
No, sir.
Did you understand what he just said?
No idea.
Such an assertive no.
Well, there's a chance I've seen less movies than you, Pat.
Oh, that's not a chance you have for sure.
You also got 6 years less of airtime to fucking watch them.
Yeah, but my fucking movie Rolodex is so much larger than people could imagine. All I watch is bangers, man.
I mean, your banger list is strictly via music. Your movies are not even your shit is not nowhere near bangers.
I couldn't once I watch Goodfellas, I'm basically gonna know everything about every type of movie there is now. Basically, if you scroll through the iTunes movies, once I watch Goodfellas, I basically get it, the whole thing. I get it.
All of them.
All of the genres, I get them. I get the comedies. I get the cops movies. I grew up watching Blue Chips. Is that movie show with
Chips?
I think just chips.
Chips? I grew up watching that.
Blue Chips, you should watch though. It's a good movie. You'd like
Shaq
that.
and Penny doing work.
What is that? What is that? A football movie?
Recruiting basketball.
Nick Nolte is a clean college basketball coach fighting the good fight to try and keep his moral standing while the big boosters want to come in and buy up all players for him.
Now, how long ago was that movie made?
92, I believe.
492.
This fucking NCAA has been so fucking terrible for so. I hate them. I hate them.
I think so.
I was 5 then. That's wild.
Man, I remember. I think I went to the movies. I watched Blue Chips in the movies. I was so happy. That movie came out. Who was the white dude?
You were 14 then.
Ricky
you know?
Rowe.
Ricky Rowe, but he was somebody
He
for
played
real.
for Indiana.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
from Indiana. Matt Norver.
Yes,
Yes, that's
Or
it.
no.
Ty Schmidt's brain on
I know.
fire.
at all times.
He
This
knows
fucking
so
guy.
much stuff.
On fire.
You get this fucking Harvard brain.
Do you think it's really that hard? If you
Duquesne's
go
a-
there and you're not trying to like win a Nobel Peace Prize, but if you're just like a regular guy going to Harvard,
I do. I think like what we know in life is very common sense based.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, maybe not you, Nick, because you signed up for school after you were done with school. You signed up again for school.
You kept it moving.
But it's like school smart is just so much more effort and different knowledge. It's like Jeopardy, man. That's Jeopardy smart. Harvard is like Jeopardy. I don't have a fucking clue, bro.
I think Harvard is a walk in the park.
Yeah. Harvard.
It's just a title. That's all it is.
Harvard is
Corredor
Jeopardy.
de Parque.
Harvard is Jeopardy. Wheel of Fortune is our schools.
Yes, that's exactly. I say that on a nightly basis while watching because I do so well at Wheel of Fortune because it's relatable shit. And then like Jeopardy's like, yeah, it's cool. That's the Harvard Super Bowl. Jeopardy. Jeopardy is the Harvard Super Bowl. That's why whenever a normal human makes it on there, they get embarrassed, by the way. You're always pulling hard for them. They're like, oh, this is a bartender from blah, blah, blah. You're like, okay, let's go.
All right.
Get down to fucking Final Jeopardy. They can wager $400. That's all they have left. It's like that is the difference, I think. I do believe that's the difference. Now, the kid that I played foosball with when I was a rookie, he went to Brown. Colin Clardy is his name.
Sounds like a Brown name.
It was all pass-fail.
Really?
So I was like, I feel like I could get a fucking 51% on some stuff. I feel like I could power through a 51%. You know what I mean? I think I could do that. And I think that's all it is. So that would be a good little degree to get.
yeah, I just feel like if you're a person who has grades in high school good enough to get into Harvard, and you go to Harvard, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's probably not that hard for them.
Yeah, for them. That's what for us, though.
For us. Exactly.
For us.
Them is us.
No. Them is very different than us.
Okay, that's right.
Them
Wrong
is,
group.
Them is Jeopardy.
That's
us
right.
is Wheel of Fortune, what Dick said.
Yes. Mine's no whammy.
Yeah, you are also in a whammy. Yeah, the whammy game. That
Yeah,
is also an
big
us.
whammy
That's
guy.
an us style game. Idiot test, a big us style game.
What
Hey.
school would be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That's. I feel like the early
Stanford.
rounds. or us, later rounds them.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean?
You have to be well rounded.
Yeah, you have to be very well rounded.
And then we don't mean fat either.
No, but that's not a bad. You can be.
Yeah, but we don't want people to think that's what we're saying.
No, we
You
don't. at
can
all.
be fat and be all this,
and skinny and all this.
and skinny, but don't think that we're saying
Yeah.
if you're not well rounded, if you're not fat, you can't come.
Yeah, it's not sizist at all.
Yes.
Like our game show we created here, very much an us game.
Yeah.
Not so much a them game. Actually, I think them will hate it. Yep. If
Yeah.
I had to guess,
For sure.
them will hate it.
Did you ever get any recruitment letters from any of the Ivy Leagues?
No, Northwestern was the closest I got, and they looked at my grades and said, "Yeah, we're out. Sorry."
I got one from Columbia, and my dad was like, "Why don't you just slide that in the garbage there?"
Coach Stiggs looking out.
He didn't think like, "Oh, get a great education." He was just like, "Nah, dog, that ain't gonna work." My dad did the same thing with the Navy. Yeah, the Navy was talking to me, and my dad they talk about how they pay you and stuff, and my dad was just like, "You are not." You're not a Navy guy. I was like, "What do you mean, Dad? I could be a Navy guy." He's like, "You could not." Yeah, I'm telling you, I wish I was a Navy guy. My dad says, but you could definitely not be a Navy guy. I was like, "Okay, I'll just tell them to go fuck themselves. You got it." Guy sat me down in Ramito's office in the old gym. Laid out this full plan. It was in this like dumpy old gym in his dumpy old office inside of a dumpy locker room with no windows, obviously, just stuck in a corner in there. Me and this Navy guy looked real good. I just showed up. I think I had like probably some shorts on and some sort of comfortable shirt, if I had to guess. And he just starts laying it all out to me about how there's like PT every morning at this time. You wake up, blah, blah, blah. But we pay you. No other school will pay you. We will pay you. Nobody else. And I was like, oh, I could get some money now. I'm all about that. I got a kick. I can wake up early. This will be good for me for sure. I left there thinking I was going, by the way. I walked out of that little dumpy little fucking thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be in the Navy. This is awesome.
In the Navy.
I'm getting a scholarship and I'm getting fucking paid to be in the Navy. Then my dad was like,
Imagine if you would have done that.
I wouldn't have. I mean, I would have been a discharge guy or whatever. Like,
Is it a 4-year enlistment?
Dishonorable discharge.
I think it's a 2. I think you got to do 2 years now. I'm not sure. I don't even think the guy. I don't even think I asked about that. And I think my dad also brought.
You can get out of it.
My buddy went to
No, I don't know about then. If you could.
the Navy for football, and I don't know if all do that, but he had to go to like a prep Navy before they even sent him to fucking what's it called?
To the Naval Academy.
Yeah, that
Maryland.
just means they make him work at Old Navy for 6 weeks.
But
And then they get to the new Navy.
Yeah.
while he was at the prep, he was like, "This is too much for me," and he left with no penalty.
So you could have been a commander? Commander McAfee?
No, I would not have been anything of those. Everybody knows I am just classic soldier. Keep it moving. I will bitch about the boss.
No, you are supreme leader now.
I got a hoverboard now. It makes me taller than everybody and rolling around in graceful fashion. I mean, that is a very supreme leader thing.
Yes.
And rolling off in disgust.
A couple times.
It's good shit.
I almost puked the other night, though. Like, the game show, we were here for so long. So long. The scheduling of that day, very poor. I still haven't caught up sleep-wise. I still haven't caught up. I'm going to need one more night. I need last night to really kick off.
If you had to replay that, how would you do it Saturday morning?
Tuesday. Would have done Tuesday afternoon. Would have recorded all those Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday is like a little holiday for me. Tuesday feels real good until people just stack things in there. Just like that Bill Burr bit. By the way, that's going to be Rough and Rowdy. Rough and Rowdy 3 is going to be incredible with Bill Burr's brain on display, by the way. I just want everybody to know that is how I'm a big Bill Burr fan. But he did some stand-up show in, like, I think it was Australia or maybe it was a talk show. I don't know. I was on a big Bill Burr binge there for a while on the internet. He was like, having a girlfriend, they see her all the time, and they see the schedule, and they go, oh, let's fill it up with shit.
Oh, that's his muffins bit.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, what's that? A day? Let's fill it up with shit.
Yeah, it's literally.
Next thing you know, you're at a street fair looking at fucking junk on a table.
Oh, let's fill. Yeah, that whole thing.
Isn't this nice? Isn't this nice? No. If it was nice, it would be the store.
He's a fucking genius. But that really is what Tuesdays are starting to become, I believe. Hey, can you make an appearance at this store? We'll donate $200 to your foundation. We're thinking you line up maybe 4 or 5 hours, sign every autograph that shows up. We don't need that. We don't need to promote it or anything. We just need you to be here. We'll donate to your charity. Remember that. How about this? I'll donate $400 to my own charity to fucking nap instead of sit here. How about that? Now the vets are getting double the money, and I don't have to be there. Now we're talking about a deal.
It's a goddamn steal.
A deal for philanthropy. I always
yeah,
respond back afterwards. For philanthropy, by the way. Everybody tries to hide behind that. Mm-hmm. Like that guy just walked in the fucking building.
Yeah.
The guy just walked in the building and had a full pamphlet for me about how much money I could donate.
Really?
Very nice of him to do that for me.
What a fucking gentleman.
It's awesome. It's awesome. But that's why I'm not supposed to have money, because that's what I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? That does sound like a nice thing to do. Here you go. Take it all. Oh, fuck. Oh, they weren't giving it all. They were only giving a percentage. Son of a bitch. Oh, man. It was worth it. I feel good. I'll sleep better at night. Yeah.
Is that a write-off?
No. Well, this one is actually, because they're going through another charity. The guy broke it all down for me, how it's not going right into his pocket. It's going into a charity.
Yeah,
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
it was a GoFundMe, so I was curious about that, how that all works.
Jesus.
Got to launder it first.
They got to clean that money in the Ozark. Bateman. Bateman's my guy. Bateman is my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jason Bateman a lot. I didn't know that I did. I did not know that I like Jason Bateman.
He took off for a while.
He seems like a guy who might just go ahead and disappear for a few years and come back. His character is always going to be funny.
You should watch Arrested Development.
Nah.
I think you'd like it. It's his TV show. That's like how he came. That's how he got big.
I watched it a lot,
Nah.
and I don't think Pat would like it.
He might.
Nah.
If you like Jason Bateman, you'll at least be entertained by
What's it about?
Just his family.
Yeah. And like his dad is like corrupt and goes to jail, so he has to like run the family business, and like all of his brothers and sisters are just fucking wackos, and he has to like keep them in line and stuff too. It's funny.
So it's like Get Hard.
Yep,
Got it.
Exactly.
Wait, do you like Jason Bateman because of Hancock?
Yeah, I thought he was great in Hancock. I like him mostly because of his performance in Date Night.
Oh, yeah.
And also Horrible Bosses, which I just recently watched for the first time. Also Ozark.
Couples Retreat, I think he was in too.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen
Yeah.
that. I ain't never seen that. Oh, was that a date night for
Switch
Nick?
up with Reynolds.
Nick
Ryan
had a
Reynolds.
date night there.
Was
Was
that him?
was that a little date night right there?
Couples Retreat?
Yeah.
I'm well rounded in the movie verse. I see it all.
Yeah, you go on dates.
Eden East, Eden West.
That's the one.
Hey,
What is something one could conveniently leave off of their dating Tinder profile? Top 3 answers on the board.
herpes.
That would.
Ding, ding, ding,
That
ding.
was one of them.
Don't give away the show, Diggs. Don't give away the house battle show.
Oh, there's the show right there, all out of the box in Diggs' hand being transferred to other hand.
No one.
For no exchange of cash.
No one knew what we were talking about until you guys said the show.
I think that part's going to get edited out. It's a little bit too long. No, not in this show. I'm talking about it in the game
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
They can fast forward it.
I think people will be very interested to see, like, we recorded for 4 hours and we got to get that thing under like 6 minutes an episode. So there's going to be a lot edited out. Bangers only. Get ready for a fucking wild 6 minutes. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to edit that. I have no
They can.
idea.
I thought
Evan, how
those
they gonna
games
do
went
that?
pretty quick.
I think it's going to be better than we think, which is great news because I thought it went really well.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think it's easier to edit since everything is.
I don't know
broken
how
up
they're going to
into
edit that.
That felt like a real game show. When I came around, I shook your hand. I felt good.
I mean, I feel like you think it only feels long because there was so much like moving parts and
Yeah.
standing around
Yeah.
while then had to reset everything. But I think those games all lasted pretty quick.
I almost passed out in the last game. Like I started seeing bright lights and almost fell. That was almost a game show moment for me. Fainting. Right in the middle of it. I
Who
was
fucking
tired.
fainted? What's her name?
Wendy
Williams. You just pulled a Wendy Williams on set.
She has like a hydro.
Did she have a stroke?
Like a TO chamber?
No, she has like an hydro.
Hydro.
No. The fact that you made that reference is what I'm laughing about, not the disease she has. She has.
With the disease with starts with hydro.
Or maybe it's hyper or something.
Hyper probably.
Yeah, hyper something.
Hyperbole.
She took 3 weeks off, and she never does that. She takes no time off. I watched an interview with her because I saw the video of her almost fainting, and I thought she was faking it. I thought it was a fake.
looked
thing.
fake.
It did. It didn't look real, and then all of a sudden she disappeared, and they're like, "Oh, she has a disease." I felt terrible. I
It's
felt
called
terrible.
Graves' disease.
She's a hack.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah.
It's hyper what though? Read about it. Yeah.
Hypersensitivity.
Hackalocious.
It ends with an S for sure.
Hyperhackalocious. It's when.
It just says a condition that causes the immune system to attack the thyroids.
Oh, hyperthyroid.
Oh, that's lucky.
Hyperthyroid? Is that a real thing? You're making it up.
No, I swear to God,
That's a
Google
Diggs
it.
face.
Google it.
That's a Diggs face.
Hey, you
just
know
did
that
it.
the first and real only passer out.
Hyperthyroidism.
Tony Soprano.
Dude, I've watched so much House and other hospital shows that my medical knowledge is pretty spot on.
You probably get through 2-3 chapters of that first book
It's unbelievable.
off your heart, just off your mind.
I've watched every single House episode of all time ever.
Hold on, though. I don't know if Wendy Williams has this or not. I don't want to be diagnosed.
Well, I mean,
Don't
it might
worry.
not be the
Dr.
exact
Diggs has
correct
got it.
diagnosis, but they get the point.
Wendy Williams doesn't want pity for her Graves' disease and hyperthyroidism. Pretty proud of you, Diggs. Also proud of me, by the way. Also proud of
I
me.
couldn't have finished it without you getting me hyper. Or you started with hydro.
I started with hydro.
Hydro.
Some water disease.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a bad spot. I heard the word, too. I didn't even see it written out. So that's a memory from here, which is only in songs for me.
Correct.
Normally, I have to see, as soon as I see it, I'll take a picture. I'm like, oh, I'll remember that with that. But this was a sound of the person interviewing Wendy, and I was like real deep into the interview. I was like, oh, I feel bad because
was
I
audio.
judged her.
That was
I
you.
judged her. I was like, that's fake. And they were like, no, real. Real.
Zito, you gonna grow that mustache back exactly how it went away?
Yeah.
You do.
Just waiting for that stash to come back in.
It's
Yeah.
never to come back in.
How many years did it take you to grow that motherfucker? You've been growing since you were like 12.
Yeah, basically.
Man, WWE just tweeted about the whole thing. It's
Did
pretty
they?
wild.
That's fucking awesome.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
You literally if you want to know how Pat McAfee's life works, go watch the movie The Secret.
What is
This
that?
fucking you just generated in the universe what you want to happen, and then it just happens.
Well, I think
It's
if
fucking
it's
awesome.
if it's about speaking things into
Yes,
reality,
It's
is that
exactly
it?
what it is.
Well, I think that type of stuff. I do believe in that firmly. By the way,
I watched The Secret a couple times when it first came out. I was like, well, this is it.
When did
This-
it come out?
When it first came out.
When?
When it did. I don't know what fucking year.
2006.
But I was all aboard. I was like, dude, this is true.
Who's in it?
A bunch of fucking doctors and psychologists and shit.
Oh, so it's like a documentary?
The Secret? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You ever seen The Secret?
No.
No, that's why we're asking you questions.
Hey, smart guy over here. Hey,
are you
look
talking
at
to
me.
Ty? Or are you talking to Ty or Nick?
No, I'm good. I'm going to Nick.
Has Ty heard of this secret thing?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
It's just about, you just talk about what you want, and then you just radiate your own fucking destiny, basically.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, and I've believed in this for a long time, is when you speak about something, the only reason why you speak it into existence is because you put a lot of pressure on yourself to make it happen. Because when you say it out loud and other people hear it, it's like, okay, so now everybody is going to know whether or not this happens. Gary Vee's doing it right now with owning the Jets. So that's his big thing. For me, it's just like I have a bucket list of like 55 things that I honestly will not stop until I knock them out, because I'm just like, either I'm going to die or knock these things out. And I'm not scared to say them because I feel like if you put in the right work, you can make it happen. Now, granted, I'm very lucky that Michael Cole and Hunter agreed for me to do this.
Is there such thing called luck?
I do believe there's a lot of luck whenever it comes to things, but like if you're prepared for the situation, luck kind of has to disappear at that point. It's like you got to kind of perform at that moment. So it's like, was I lucky that Bill Polian saw me warming up at the Meineke Car Care Bowl punting with my friends, and that's why he thought I could figure out how to punt after I get drafted to the NFL? Like, yeah, it's very lucky that Bill Polian saw that. But then it's like it doesn't work if you don't figure it the fuck out. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of people that get a situation, and it's going to happen to me at some point, and I'm going to fail. And that's going to be the moment that it's like, was it luck, or was there a little bit of skill behind it? It's an interesting thing. But it's one of those things, there's so much money out there, you just got to go fucking get it. And I've always aspired to just do all these things, like depending on the phase of my life, on what I wanted to be whenever I got older. When I was playing soccer a lot, I wanted to be a professional soccer player. Then I kicked the football, I wanted to be a professional football player, kick a football, make a lot of money doing that. And then wrestling was always just a constant. I was like, man, I think that's what I'm supposed to be. Like, I feel like that is what I'm supposed to be. And it's just really cool to kind of have stuff work out and get to experience it. I'm very lucky when it comes to that. But I do believe that, like, it's just gotta enjoy it and take advantage of it. I'm really, really fucking lucky. And it's all Rip Rogers said because Grigson was such a fucking asshole.
He did say that.
None of this happens if Grigson isn't an asshole. That's a wild, wild, wild situation to think about. Wild.
Yeah, if he didn't make your life miserable.
Yeah, if I didn't completely hate going into work every day, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I don't care how much they pay me. I'm about sick of this bullshit.
You want to call and thank him?
You think I should?
Hi, Patrick. This is me,
Is that him on the
Ryan
line?
Grigson. I'm in Canada still. I don't have enough money to get a plane ticket come back. I used all my Colts money.
When did he get Bell's palsy?
It's really cold up here.
No, that is fucking cool, man. That's awesome.
It's so that call for the email from Michael Cole was absurd just to see his name on there, and then the conversation with him was wild, just a wild conversation. I'm like, well, I'm talking to fucking Michael Cole right now.
You sent me that, and I just stared at it for like 5 minutes. I don't even know how to process it.
I think the Triple H thing is the coolest part.
Yeah, Triple H like them deciding quickly that I'm the guy, that I was the one to take the place of. I don't know who's out. I don't know who's out or what they were doing. If they were trying to fill it, I don't know if this is the first time they're doing this. I'm not sure.
Somebody fucked up, and guess what? There's another motherfucker out there waiting to eat more than you.
Pip, cuz Wally Pip.
Us watching the younger videos and him first starting, you guys look so much like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was whenever I was younger.
When he is like, he's a bit like he has no facial hair.
Yeah.
It's
Longer
wild.
hair. Mm-hmm. When I had my first bout of long hair when I was in college and I was at bars, I would legitimately get asked if I was a brother or related to him. And it was like,
To Triple H?
yeah, because we got big sniffers. Our face looked similar. And we had the same long hair, basically. He was just about 60 to 70 more pounds of muscle.
You're lucky you didn't do coke, man. You would rip it through 8 ballers. That fucking thing.
This sniffer here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to travel a long way to get to the brain there.
Oh,
you know
fuck,
what I mean?
McAfee's coming over. Hide the bag. Hide the bag.
Hide the bag. Fucking sniffer's coming.
It's a long tunnel, you know?
A lot of wall space too.
It makes sense why I never got into it.
Yeah.
It's good news for
That's
you.
a lot of wasted time.
and money.
Jesus.
How much more student loans you have right now? You would have to pay off?
I paid those off quick,
Fucking
bro.
sniffer loans?
With the quickness, I paid those off. Those are straight good time loans.
What
What a dumbass.
a
man.
great fucking gamble that paid off. Oh, yeah, you could just fucking rack it off with one false swoop of a pen.
What a dumbass, dude. Oh. Now, I thought about that. After my rookie year, where I paid off basically everybody's debt that I knew, I went back into that next season, and I had very little money in the bank account. I was like waiting for training camp. Like, man, I can't wait to get back to training camp. I know you guys paid me like a lot of money I never thought I'd see, but I had ideas with that money, and
I need more.
It is about gone. So let's go ahead and get this training camp quick. Like the last 2 weeks before training camp, I'd get a text from somebody be like, "Yo, we got another party in Miami or whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm out. I think I'm out. I think I'm gonna lay low here for a couple of weeks." "Oh, why not?" "You go, I'm getting ready for training." "Oh, okay, you focused." Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I'm focused. Yeah. Instead, I got drunk and bought a house. Why are you paying rent? That's what I asked myself one day.
Yeah.
I was like, you shouldn't be paying rent right now. And then obviously I was like, well, I don't want to pay the bank either. So let's just buy this thing. I don't want to pay nobody. I'm just going to buy this house and I'm never going to pay anybody ever again. And then the next day you watch that money actually come out of your account. And you're like, that was a bad decision.
Whether you the big house or the first house?
Every house.
Every house.
Every house I've had, I do the same thing.
Just one big chunk, just piece, cuz.
Yeah, because I don't want the bank to think that they own it. It's not yours. It's mine. You know what I
Plus,
mean?
it's a fucking live ass asset. It's just like
Well,
it's
and
still
also-
sitting. It's still
Yeah,
money sitting there.
You liquid, cuz.
I saw my mom and dad remortgaged the house 6 times so I could play soccer. And every single time the interest rate was just stupid. And we're living in this tiny little fucking house, and I know they're paying just an ass load of money. And it's like, man, the banks are just fucking people over right now. So then I just decided, yeah, man, I'll just, if I lose my job, I'll be homeless, but in a home. I won't be able to turn the lights on, but I'll be in there at least.
Yeah, you
know?
will.
Start a fire if I have to.
Maybe you could have fucking maybe got some parking out front. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
let people buy a little space. Maybe open a little mall there.
Oh, a little plaza. Come
Little
in.
plaza.
Go to the right here. We got a little
Get
fucking
red
salon.
bikes, get bike rental.
There's a 2.5 bath in here, 3.5 bath. in
Carpets
this- in
and
this
trinkets
mall.
upstairs.
I wanted to hang a hammock in the living room. Mm-hmm. So I got one screw in, like one of these big hanger screws, because I was going to hang the hammock in between. Mm-hmm. I got one in, and it took me like 3 hours to get it in. And still to this day in that house, I bet there's one hanger right in the middle of the living room. Like, it's up on a fucking ladder, like it's in there. I wonder the people that came in there and bought it. Somebody bought that house when I wasn't even there. Like I wasn't even in town. I got a text from the guy selling it. He was like, "Hey, do you wanna agree on a price right now?" I was like, "Sure." Who's buying it? They're like, "Yeah, who cares? This is what they want to pay." And I'm like, "Yeah, get that fucking thing out of here." And then that was a really cool day when the next day that money showed up in the bank. I'm like, okay, maybe that wasn't a terrible decision. But I don't know if they took that one hanger, they had to think I was like hanging meat right in the middle. It was a big hanger because it was supposed to be a hammock hanging in between. I made a lot of bad decisions, man. Yeah. Get a live mic for 1 hour at that NXT TakeOver pre-show. It's on everything. It's on their Facebook, the network. It's on Pinterest, they said.
That's badass.
On Pinterest.
It's on their Pinterest. I don't know.
So hey, that's called next level.
How many viewers do you think that is?
They said in the conversation, I don't want to put the exact number on it because I don't know who knows their exact conversations.
Yeah.
But there's multiple millions.
That's crazy.
Multiple millions of people watching.
And millions.
Exactly.
And millions. What the Rock.
I cannot wait. We're going to have to start the swear jar again, though.
Are you going to get are you setting a timer
about that.
on your watch? Do you plan on setting a timer? Because I'll be honest, if I was going to set a timer, I would want to put a watch on, a nice watch, not super expensive.
What about sunglasses, though?
Here's the thing:
sunglasses.
Here's the thing: is that while I'm putting that watch on, it's gonna be so bright and nice out. I'm like, yo, I need my sunglasses too.
Because the sun never sets on a badass ever.
Exactly.
It's hard to see when you're just so bright.
I mean, you gotta fucking fight these rays
At all times. It's a good idea to have sunglasses, and if you're gonna wear sunglasses, you might as well. Will my hoverboard relax over there?
You know what? Your hoverboard is wishing it fucking had a pair of sunglasses.
It needs some sunglasses and a muzzle. I think I'm gonna bring these back to life. We should make a hoverboard and sell it. I don't know how you do it. Zito, you know how we make a hoverboard?
Yeah, you need a couple circuit boards.
Get on it.
Because I think we can make it a safer operation for people. There's a couple easy fixes that we're just not.
We'll get a better battery in there.
There should be a flatter skid board on the back so that people don't fall back straight back.
I like wheelie bars.
Yes, exactly. That's easy. That seems to be an easy fix. And people have a lot more confidence to get on when that's there, so they're not wobbling all the time.
I think this isn't for people who can't handle the next level shit.
Yeah.
If you can't fucking step on and figure it out within a few minutes, then guess what? Get a fucking
This
bike.
is a first place trophy.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
But you know what, though?
The one with the wheelie bars is a participation trophy.
Yeah, but like everybody loves to sell a very expensive steak, and then Texas Roadhouse came in, and they've made billions of dollars off of $2 steaks.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse
billions
is
of
pretty
dollars off of $2 steaks.
They make a good $2.
You can go down the line with everything. Burgers were probably something really
What's
nice.
this $2
And then
steak
McDonald's
business?
came in and were just like, "See you later, cuz." What's that, dude?
What's this $2 steak business?
It's a good one. I know that.
Where are these $2 steaks that are so delicious, making billions?
Well, that's how much they probably cost them to create. They sell it for like what, $10.99.
Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah, like $11,
Yeah,
$10.99.
they buy the asshole cows that nobody else wants.
Yeah, the dickhead ones, the excluded cows, and I love to eat them, especially when they country fry the shit out of them, man.
Yeah.
Bro.
Throw some gravy on that fucking...
Dude, their house salad too at Texas Roadhouse, the house dressing, like the vinaigrette dressing they have. Oh, Texas Roadhouse got it.
They really do.
They got it.
They have the apple butter too, right?
Oh yeah, with the buns, the rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Who said that? Well, he don't know shit from apple butter. This boy don't know the difference between shit and apple butter.
That was Ty.
Damn, that's a good one.
Spring is right around the corner, and Movement is dropping all new sunglasses to get you ready for the warmer, brighter weather. We just got our go-to shades for it all. Everybody in this room got a chance to select some Movement sunglasses, and this is the second year in a row we've been able to do this. Last year was the Icon glasses I chose. They got me through the summer, they got me through the fall, and they're probably going to get me through a little bit of the spring until the next pair that I just ordered, the Prodigies,
Yep.
which are some dope sunglasses. I got a big sniffer, so my selections have to be different than most people. We were talking about that earlier.
Yep.
They also make awesome sunglasses and just released a ton of new styles. Their watches are also amazing. Here's my problem with sunglasses. I got all these cheap pairs that look terrible, but every time I buy a $200 pair, I feel like I get ripped off and they get broken. Am I not correct?
Yep, 100% you are.
Well, our friends at Movement, the watch guys, they kind of felt the same way. So they thought, screw it. How about we make quality, trendy sunglasses at a fair price? These things aren't plastic. They're acetate. You can get them polarized, and they start at just $70. These are seriously my go-to shades. The acetate is what makes me love them so much. The style is incredible. Absolutely incredible. They look good. They feel good on your face.
They're acetate-ish.
They're acetate. There they are. Very acetate.
but how's the acetate?
Got him.
It's actually great, Nick. Thanks for asking. These are high quality, premium acetate frames. No cheap plastic here. You gotta see these. Got to. Are you gonna see them?
Get the fuck out of here, plastic shitty frames.
We only fucks with acetate around here.
Doors closed. You're out.
They have lots of styles to choose from. Classic, trendy, round, aviator, mirrored, polarized for him and for her. You're sure to find the perfect pair. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/McAfee. mvmt.com/MCAFEE. 15% off, free shipping, and free returns. You won't have to return them, though, because they're going to feel so good and look even better. Movement for how they've revolutionized the watch industry. Now it's time to check out what they're doing for sunglasses. Go to mvmt.com/McAfee. Join the movements. Thought we really nailed that one, boys.
With a fucking nail gun. We're talking about an exclusive deal once in a lifetime.
Buying tickets can be complicated and confusing. It's one of those things, and since the beginning of time, like whenever they were trying to go see Jesus, right? When that was all going down.
Come see Jesus.
Yeah.
Get your papers here.
It was impossible to get tickets. Everywhere was just a sellout. You never knew what tickets were real, what tickets weren't. I mean, Jesus.
That's
the
when
reason.
scalpers started.
Exactly. SeatGeek is a company that has completely won around all the bullshit, eliminated all the hassle. They made the seat purchasing experience better from beginning to end. They don't sell tickets. They sell stories. They sell memories. They sell experiences. And they do it without catfishing you. What you see and what you think you're going to get, you're going to get. You go ahead and put in the amount of money you want to spend. They will search all other ticket sites to find you the right tickets for the right price for you. The best available experience is what SeatGeek wants to give you. SeatGeek grades every ticket based on value to help you immediately identify the best seats that fit your budget. Plus, every purchase is fully guaranteed, so you can shop for tickets on SeatGeek with confidence. Make SeatGeek your go-to app for finding the best deals on every type of ticket, from sports and concerts to comedy and theater. Download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code PAT today. That's promo code PAT for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. Get out there. Get out there and go experience something. Go to a show. Go with a friend. Go alone. Go with a loved one. Go with your father or mother. Do something. Get out there and live. You're alive, but are you living? Go live with SeatGeek. Promo code PAT for $10 off your first order. I cannot wait to go see this guy play baseball. We just became big-time baseball fans around here, didn't we?
Well, I don't know about just became.
Well, for me, I did.
I mean, do you remember the questions that the bomb questions Sean was asking?
You're going to get a chance to hear the deep knowledge that Sean has. So I guess I shouldn't put us all in the same category.
Yeah,
but
I've been around since that last World Series the fucking Cincinnati Reds took back in 1990, Pat.
Oh, the Nasty Boys.
You remember.
I know what you're talking about.
You knew it.
I can't wait to get out to a Cincinnati Reds game, and when I do, I will definitely use the SeatGeek app. I will definitely use the promo code of my first name. I will definitely get $10 off, and I will definitely cream my pants when this guy steps up to bat the first time. Got a chance to catch up with Tucker Barnhart, Gold Glove winner, 4-dinger hitter so far in spring training. Good guy, friend of the show, friend of Barstool, friend of everything. Here's the convo with Tucker Barnhart, catcher for the Cincinnati Reds. I sent a text message to this guy and said, hey, when you wake up, here's the phone number to call in. Because everybody knows that this guy's about to have an MVP season in Major League Baseball. He's a catcher for the Cincinnati Reds. He's an Indiana native. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 dingers already in spring training. He's a handsome ass, got a good beard. He's a Gold Glove winner. Cincinnati Reds starting catcher Tucker Barnhart.
Oh, gee, I need to have you as my personal announcer during the season. That was awesome.
Listen, I'm down today too. That wasn't even a good one. If you want me to be your walkout music, though, I would definitely put something together.
I'm going to have you as my walkout music. No song, just you introducing me. That's all.
Go a cappella real quick. What is your walkout song?
I'm in the process of choosing that right now. It's a process, you know. You gotta mix in maybe some Hall & Oates every once in a while. You gotta mix in some Led Zeppelin. I was actually listening to a song yesterday called Black Dog by Led Zeppelin. I think I'm gonna walk out to start the year off. So we'll go from there. I change it up all the time. I change it up all the time.
Have you thought about Magic Stick?
That's played out pretty.
Hack, he said.
That's what he said.
I just think it's really good.
Maybe on Throwback Thursday games. Maybe Throwback Thursday games. You have different themes for maybe each different day of the week.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Go.
I like that you're not using the same one, though. You don't want to get stuck in a superstition type thing. Is that right?
I don't. Some people do. Some people, if they get a few hits with a walkout song that they've just changed it to, they'll stay with it. Like, I don't care. It's basically what I roll into the park with listening to. That it'll end up probably being some type of that type of music will be my walkout for that day.
So you can decide your walkout music like right before the game. You just send a text to the music people and be like, "Yo, here's the song I want for tonight. Make sure we hit this at the right time."
No doubt, you can do it up until I've done it up until 30 minutes before the game.
Really?
Seriously, that's how you do it? You text
yeah.
the guy, and then he takes it to the person on the board?
Or the girl.
Or girl?
Exactly, yeah. We have a guy media relations guy that's always in the clubhouse that we text all that stuff to.
I think I follow that guy on Twitter now, by the way, because he posted a picture of the leather coming off the ball that you hit in 1 BP. Or you must be really fucking swinging it right now, huh, cuz?
Hey, I've been drug tested 3 times in spring training.
That's good news. That's a compliment.
Exactly. They say it's random, but it just tends to go. If you had a good game, there seems to be a piss test the next day.
That's the NFL's motive. We did a Tucker Barnhart minute earlier where we ran through all your stats. Diggs wants to do a segment with you here. I'm excited for it. At Tactical Diggs, once a baseball player, still a baseball player at heart, I assume. He's got a couple questions for you.
Tucker, this is called Are You a Catcher or Not? And there's going to be a right answer and wrong answer to see if you're a catcher or not. Okay?
Gotcha.
Hit a home run or throw someone out.
Throw somebody out.
Yep, that's the right answer. You're a catcher for the first question. Would you? What would you call someone who wears knee savers?
We call those. Let's see, a female body part pad.
A very soft and delicate, very essential to society, pussy pads.
Yes.
Yes. There you go.
Okay, you're 2 for 2. Last question: old school mask or new school hockey mask?
I wear the old school mask. I've worn both though, so I can't say that I've always worn the old school mask, but I prefer the old school mask.
This guy's a catcher.
Did he go for 3 for 3?
Yeah, he
right
went
there?
3 for 3.
Wow.
It's crazy he's a catcher, too. That's crazy we just found
Wow.
that out. Those are all the stereotypical questions, though, I feel like catchers have amongst the catcher community.
Especially when we were back in the day, the people that wore knee savers, those fucking assholes.
How many games have you played already? How many games have you guys already played?
24.
Our first game I think was on the 24th of February. So we've been rolling just about every day since. So whatever that is, March 20th. So we're
tonight's game 25 against the Padres. 640.
Why don't you know your season a little bit, okay? We can't be the only Reds fans in this relationship with you, Tucker. We can't.
Hey, listen, it's day 648 of spring training. So they had us out there. We were running hill sprints yesterday in the afternoon before game 94 of spring training, and everybody was just pissed off. So this is the grind of spring training, as people will call it. We're 5 days away from leaving, and everybody wants to get the hell out of Dodge.
I like the fact that you guys are running hills, though, and your team is not on the winning side of the record right now. But it seems as if you guys.
It's like a scene.
Go ahead.
It's like a scene from Major League, like the movie Major League. It's like I feel like Willie Mays Hayes is going to drive up in his car and be sleeping in the parking lot.
Hey, Tucker, is it really because I see now obviously Senzel he's going back to Louisville on Monday, today.
Yeah.
I love this.
Now, is that really that difficult to like really just like, let's say you want to, because obviously he plays third base, but they've had him at short. Now he's going to be playing second base when he goes back to Louisville. I mean, is that really that much of a difference to be moving around the infield so much?
Deep baseball question.
Well, I think it. I don't necessarily know just because I've always caught, but you hear guys talk about like moving from left field to right field and from right field to center field or whatever, and you hear that it's an adjustment because the read off the bat is different and the way the ball comes off the bat or whatnot is different. So I would assume it is because it's on a different side of the field. Usually when you switch over from one side to the other, left side to the right side, there is a little bit of a transition. So I think what they're doing is they're grooming him for where they think he's going to play in the big leagues. I think him getting sent down, like he knew that was going to happen. So I don't think it's something that he's going to be pissed off about. He's a good kid, man. I enjoy playing with him.
Sean, I think you just got some breaking news right there that they're trying to groom him into something.
Oh, well, it's clear. He was the number 2 pick in the 016 draft. They're grooming the fuck out of this guy's a beast.
Excellent question,
216. That was a really good baseball question you had just right there.
How you feel about Garrett?
Peter Gammon's over here.
He was throwing
good, man.
heat.
No,
He
throws
is
junk,
good.
I thought you said.
I enjoy. I got a funny Peter Gammon story real quick for you.
Yep.
Sal Palantonio was in our clubhouse like 3 weeks ago. We have a guy named Sal Romano who's going to be one of our starting pitchers, as Sean probably knows. So Sal Pal's talking to whoever he was talking to, and Sal Romano walks by and he goes, "Oh, sweet, Peter Gammons is here." And Sal Pal looks at Romano and goes, "Huh, that's pretty close."
Jesus. I love
the hell out of him.
I love a good humbling moment for anybody from ESPN, though. I like that a lot that your old buddy did that. What's his name? He's my second favorite player on the Reds. Sal Romano?
Sal Romano, yeah.
Just punking ESPN people. I respect that. Hey, I'm playing in a professional baseball game June 21st. I think I'm playing every position.
I love it.
Do you have any tips for me?
Are you putting catcher gear on?
No, I think that's the only position I won't play. You're right. I'm not going to do that. I don't think. It seems like that's going to hurt. I feel like catcher is a real place where you can get fucked up at.
Yeah, that's I would agree with that. Just wear a cup, period. End of story. A lot of guys don't. I would wear a cup.
A big one.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you wear an overly sized cup just to go ahead and flex on some hoes?
The biggest one they make.
How's the family, man? You got a kid and everything now.
Yeah, everything's good, man. You texted me right when he was waking up. So we got a night game today. Get to chill a little bit, but it's good, man. Just getting ready to head back to Cincinnati.
All right, bud. Well, we appreciate you so much calling in. From the Tucker Barnhart Minute to the Are You a Catcher segment, I think really the world is going to get to know Tucker Barnhart this year, as they should. You're on an MVP pace, Tucker. You don't need to say it.
Here we go, babe. I like it.
Yeah, you don't need to say it, but I will. Let me be the mouthpiece, and we can make some songs for you, a cappella, for you to walk out to for sure.
Perfect.
Now, when I'm batting, Tucker, what should I be focusing on?
I'm going to hit the ball as far and as hard as I possibly can. Every single swing.
Nice.
I like it.
Swing for the motherfucking fences. Let's go.
There you go.
Hey, Tucker, I appreciate you calling in, man. We bleed red over here, so we thank you.
Boys. You got it, boys. Take care.
Good luck, man. I'm betting heavy on Tucker all year.
All year, dude. The program's coming together.
Mm-hmm. He is going to win the MVP. Do you hear that confidence? He says he's just swinging as hard as he can every time.
That's it. That's
what
it.
all the greats do.
Go hard.
Or
go home. Oh. Man, I'll tell you what. I'll catch that first Cincinnati game. It's going to be sunny as fuck, y'all. I'm going to have my movement shades on.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Just blocking all that other shit that I don't want on my face.
That good acetate, though.
Yeah, man. Just sitting there with a fucking skull full of confidence because I bought the tickets on SeatGeek.
Oh. You got the acetate shades with the SeatGeek tickets. That's what you call a Reds game. Or in any game. Or concert or show. Daniel Bryan has been medically cleared to return to the ring after 2 years of being sidelined. We will talk about that a little bit more in the post show, which is a wrestling recap with Rip Rogers, Robbie Fox, Jeff Ibbert, Nick Morotto, Ty Schmidt, and I. I think you're going to enjoy that immensely. In Birmingham, England, a man died after getting his head stuck in a movie theater seat looking for his cell phone. How does that happen? Is he not making any noise? He's a mute.
I try real hard.
Was it, Ty, did you read it? I heard it was electric and like it crunched down on him?
Yeah, I think it was like one of like the mechanisms where it like moves back and it just like squished his head pretty much.
Oh my god.
Oh well, yeah. You should definitely go in head first.
That's
then.
a Final Destination move.
Yeah.
Just have a headlamp on? I mean, why not feel around? Why not? Why not feel?
Did he have to go head first? Was
Head
he
first.
splunking?
What the fuck's this guy doing?
Dip a toe in.
Fucking A.
England, what's going on, England?
Isn't the move always to put your whole arm in it, no matter
Yeah,
what?
you always. It's when it's in between your car seat, when it's in a movie theater,
The crack of death.
anything at all. You fucking just search around with the hands first. That's why we have hands.
Yeah, we could lose those and be all right.
Or if it's after the movie, you just wait 5 minutes and then the lights come on and you can find it a little easier.
This guy was in a movie all by himself. Which movie was he watching that was all by himself?
It didn't say.
Probably Goodfellas.
Probably downsizing.
There goes Rod sticking his head into something else.
I know.
think it's a
I know
normal
my
thing?
phone's down there
I do this
somewhere.
all the time.
This is his thing. You think this is his thing? Huh, Zito?
Finally got him. Finally came back to bite him after all these years.
That's
Fucking
what
Ron.
That's what the newspaper said.
If he was watching Downsizing, it all makes sense. That's the only way you could probably enjoy
What a shitty way to
downsizing.
go.
Is get your head squished.
Or do you think he saw it and was like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I can't do
Exactly.
this anymore?
It's such a bad movie.
Yeah, that people
And then
think
his
that
cell phone
that-
just fell out while he was
Yeah.
doing that.
After he died, it slipped out of his front pocket.
Some states now have the authority to take away your license if you don't pay your student loans. Get the fuck out of here. Student loans are already ruining people's life. Now you got to be miserable and you can't drive because you chose to go to a school that's education is nowhere near the actual value that they put on it.
I could guess.
They
the
literally-
state.
Now you can't even drive to your fucking job to hopefully someday pay
Yeah,
it
get a
back.
scooter like a DUI fucker who cannot have a license. Get to your little job and now try to pay off your student loan debt for the next
You know,
100 years.
You got no car. Your fucking student loans are racking up. Interest is crazy. You think you're one time you get a little lucky, right? Someone gives you a free movie pass to go see something.
It's got to be like these states, right? Like New York, PA, Maryland, that fucking area. That's my guess.
You don't really need a car in New York, though.
Nah, you hop on your DUI scooter, you go
And
watch
New York
free
is a
movies.
lot more than just New York City.
It's
you
not
kill
about the
yourself.
car. It's not about the cars, It's about the people.
No, but it's still New York is like upstate New York is a very drivable place. Like New York City, obviously very populated.
New York is a
but
huge state.
New York is gigantic, though. New York City is just one little part of it. Not one little part. I mean,
It
it's,
doesn't end at 228th Street.
Have some respect, Zito.
Jesus.
Take a
Christ.
fucking geography class, dude.
Just looks like a picture. It's big.
Too focused on that
You
mustache.
didn't, you didn't know, did you?
you just confirmed that New York is larger than just New York City. Appreciate that, Zito.
Hey, Zito, is that eyeshadow above your little lip there?
No, it's hairs.
It's fucking eyeshadow.
No, it's hairs.
You've been using charcoal pens and fucking rubbing it with your little fingers?
By the way,
The jig is up.
a lot of big time musicians that were very well respected used to wear makeup every day, Zito. So if that is what you're doing, you should be confident with it. Ain't that right, Sean?
Yeah. That's what.
Police confirm Austin bombing suspect has killed himself after detonating a bomb inside his vehicle as he was being tailed by SWAT. Hey, just real quick, I think I speak for the house here. Like, fuck this guy. Bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is this guy? Everybody's like, I think there were some people.
Did he do it on purpose?
Yes.
I don't
Blow
know.
himself up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it said he did in the
Fucking-
article I read.
Yeah, but how do they
what,
know
do
that
they
he
talk
did-
to them?
Yeah,
how do they know? He could have definitely accidentally set that off.
He could have. It said that he reached down and like they fired a shot at the car and then he like pulled this. It
Oh,
must have,
so
like
he
a
did do it on
tripwire or something.
purpose.
Yeah.
You see that, Mike? We can't ask him. His brain's all over the wall. That's a Bad Boys 2 line. If anybody hasn't seen it recently.
That guy either did that or he actually just fucking dipped back and said, oh, and he fucking hit the wrong thing.
No, he's a fucking coward.
Yeah, he's
Or because if he is that well prepared to have a switch that'll blow it up just in case some shit goes wrong on the way there.
A
we better be-
self-detonating system.
Yeah, we better be happy this fucking genius is just only got away with that because he seems to have a lot of shit bases covered.
7 bombs in a city is a fucking lot of bombs.
How did they find him?
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
that's what the police work was insane. They had a picture of him at like a FedEx, and
With
he
a
just
wig.
he had like a blonde wig and like a bunch of shit on, and then they just basically like backtracked it all the way. And
Good fucking cops
Yeah,
there. That's
great
good
police
cop
work.
work. That movie's going to be awesome with the cop work saving lives there because this raging douchebag, homeschooled douchebag, whole thing, like just raging douchebag, was good at this. He was good at making this happen. You can't just set the whole world on fire, basically, in one city, like just bombing, like domestic terrorism, just bombing. He had to have some type of, the way they could solve it so quickly. Because normally these types of things, I feel like, take a long time to track everything. That was an incredible. I'm happy that granted, he killed people, so he fucking is terrible. But I'm happy they stopped it. It's incredible that they caught him.
So they had to have tracked him. Okay, so they had a wig on. Maybe he had no car with no plate. Let's say plates didn't play into this. That means that a camera situation out of the mall parking lot, they had all the surveillance cameras. They linked that. Now they go to the intersection cameras.
Cell phone too.
Now they go, and cell phone tracking. Maybe from
the satellite. So they I think they checked the.
What Todd used to do. So they got
ping.
They got him from the phone.
Yeah, I think they also tracked the satellite.
That was part of it, and they said from the FedEx they found the receipts to finding how he built the triggers for the bombs. They found the receipts for those at Home Depot, and then that had a credit card that was used. He didn't really cover his tracks very well. I don't think
it's incredible too that he's such a young douchebag bomber and he didn't cover his tracks. You would think that this young kid who's been in America his entire life, homeschooled, graduated, seems to be every picture he posted seemed to be he had things going the right way. And he was just a fucking idiot, domestic terrorist douchebag.
He just never thought they would have the skills, which I don't know why he would think this.
How many days was he going to go?
Put it all together.
When all agencies come together, you don't have long.
Yeah.
When all of law comes together, you don't have very long.
When you start dabbling in bombs, then you got some serious situation.
Well, that's what they said. That's where he fucked up. Is he was routing the packages to that small place in Texas, and then FedEx was gonna turn around and deliver it back to Austin. So they said if it wouldn't have blown up on the conveyor belt in its first stop, it would have been much harder to basically put all the pieces together. Yeah.
There was a bombing spree here in Indianapolis, I guess.
Really?
Back in the 90s or something. Or 80s.
Is that you mean when the Colts went 2-14?
Hi-yo!
Come
Suck
on!
for luck bombing! No, in Speedway, Indiana, I guess this was happening. And I didn't even know about it until they made the reference on the local news. It was pretty crazy to think that this happened. It's crazy to think that this happens.
Yeah.
What the fuck could have happened?
Who knows?
What could have happened to that kid?
Could have been anything.
What could have happened? Just chill the fuck out, dude.
So fuck out.
Dude, go buy some cocktails, man.
Just jerk off.
Go rub one out, try to pull some ass. Go drink and drive. I mean, do something.
I send positive. Drive alone on an empty street.
Quite an adventure.
Right off a cliff
or something.
Don't use Uber. You
hit a wall.
You just go to a cliff. Go ahead and drink and drive it right off the edge. That guy sucks though. I sent a tweet out. in the morning. It's a positive. It's a self-hype thing, by the way. It's a self-hype tweet I'm sending out there for myself, and people seem to enjoy it. And some guy got mad at me this morning for sending it, and I was so confused. I was like, "What is that guy's life?"
He's not happy. He wasn't happy this morning.
He was not happy. That guy. He was mad at me for sending out a positive good morning tweet to people, the people that follow me. He was mad about it.
Misery loves company, Pat.
I'm like, how are you mad about this? Pat McAfee's the type of guy who'd be genuinely mad when you weren't cool. Like, what, bro? And then he followed up. He was like, not everybody lives a good life, man. Chill out. To me, I'm like, what? I just said good morning, dude. I just said good morning. Let's have a fucking Wednesday, bro.
Hey, that means that he thinks that if you're in a room with an uncool guy and you get word on it, you're like, yo, fuck this guy. No, for real, man. Be cool, dude. You're not even cool, bro. I'm fucking mad.
Well, I guess I did kind of just get genuinely mad about that domestic terrorist guy. He's right. It seems like because that dude's not cool.
No. Like, it's not, yeah. Oh,
that might be a little different.
That's not even, I mean, that's a fucking whole different level of action. This guy needs to calm the fuck down.
Calm the fuck down.
Not being cool and fucking bombing innocent people is a little bit different.
Triple G calls Canella a cheater. Oscar De La Hoya dirty, but will still fight him, he says. Triple G Canella fight was last year. We were in Louisville. We watched that, right? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, we watched it in Louisville on a TV.
Yep.
Right? They fought last year.
Yeah,
Triple
correct.
G. It was a great boxing match. Like
Correct.
a great match. Like an actual, genuinely incredible boxing. I did not pay for it. I was at a place that had it on. We were with Dave Portnoy, who loves boxing. So we actually watched it, and we were in it. And it was like a very incredible boxing. It was like a good. I'm excited for that. Triple G is like that guy. I think he's supposed to be that guy.
Yeah.
We watched it here at that one bar because the other bar doesn't play it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a pretty big. It wasn't like a $200 million fight, but it was still big.
Very fun to watch.
It's still big. I'm a gamble one. human cockfighting a little bit more often, I think. I feel like we have good judgment on who's going to win.
We have people around us too who know human cockfighting.
A lot of people. Not as well as me, because I said Conor McGregor was going to win, and they said he had no chance, and he did good. He didn't win, though.
No.
That whole stamina thing is like an actual strategy in boxing, and everybody that knows boxing knows that. I just assumed everybody would I assumed they just get in the same shape, you know? Like I just assumed,
I did
they'll
too.
be in the same shape. But they were like, that's a long time fighting. And Conor's arms were just getting a bit heavy, and his jaw was getting a bit busted. But he made it a long fucking time.
Yeah, that fight, that was actually a good fight. I was happy. Usually, boxing these days, it's like, this is fucking bullshit. What a waste of. Something's always wrong. Something's always happening. That's why it's so good with MMA. Like, you don't ever get that feeling. You never feel like it's fucking rigged. That's
Floyd
my favorite
Mayweather, McGregor, MMA shit is really heating up. UFC tweeted about it the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I think they might have signed a deal with UFC before that first fight that were like, we'll do one UFC too. It feels that way because I don't know why Floyd Mayweather would want to do that.
I feel like that would
Yeah, I
work
can't
out.
see there being any way he would.
Somebody was putting odds on it. I think it was like minus 4,000 or something.
That's a lot.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
Big favorite.
Because Floyd opened up as like minus 600 against McGregor as boxing.
So maybe it was minus 400. Maybe I'm misreading it. Some guy.
Man, minus 4,000 might be right.
Yeah, I would have to say if I've ever been more equipped to fucking handicap an event, it's this one.
Some guy tweeted it.
It's -4. It's minus 400 or 4,000 for sure.
4,000 makes sense, to be honest.
I don't know what it is, but I do know that that'll end quick.
I see minus 900 for McGregor.
Right there, minus 900? Yeah, maybe I was nowhere near right then.
This is like Monday though, so I
That's
don't know.
900 to win.
Was that a guy that tweeted that?
This is just for some betting website.
So we can bet on that right now?
Yep.
What if the fight doesn't happen? Do we get our money back?
It's risky.
I can imagine.
What would that be called?
What do you mean?
No action.
So like a guy tweeted it out. What is that? Like the odds?
Yeah.
The line or something like that.
The odds.
Odds? Okay. I'll check the guy who tweeted it. The early odds. This guy says McGregor minus 1250.
That makes sense.
I thought I saw a bigger one. I really do. I just scrolled past it. Yeah, that was one day ago that guy said that. He's minus 1,000. Yeah, he's minus 1,000 with Westgate. Is that what it's called? Yeah, so that's a great bet, right?
Minus 1,000? I would take it.
Yeah, because that's going to end quick.
It's 1,000 to win 100.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's a heavy favorite. But like, if you have money to throw around,
That's an easy bet, it sounds like. And I think it's going to happen. UFC tweeting about it, I think, means that it's going to happen. That's what I think. And if we're going to talk about it, we're definitely going to gamble on it. And there's only going to be one place that we will bet on it at, right, boys?
That's right.
100%.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
If you already busted your bracket, there's still a way for you to cash in on March Madness at MyBookie.
What?
If you haven't signed up yet, it's not too late.
Not too late.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't matter if you've been a player for years or you're like a team because their colors match your favorite shoes. Lay down some money and score big on college hoops. Join me and thousands of online players and start betting at mybookie.ag. Are you sick and tired of getting a runaround from your guy when you ask for a payout?
Yes.
Come join MyBookie today. I would only recommend a service that has been great to me, this office, and other listeners of mine, and that's why I'm recommending MyBookie. You win, they pay. Fast and without any hassles. You're wasting your time betting anywhere else. They even have in-game live betting so you can place a bet after tip-off. Ain't that right, Diggs?
That is right.
Join now and MyBookie will match your first deposit with a 50% bonus. Use promo code McAfee to activate that offer. That's MYBOOKIE using the promo code McAfee, MCAFEE, to get a 50% bonus. Visit mybookie.ag today. Play, win, get paid. Now listen, you might not know who's going to win. But we got a guy we interviewed. Who's made a living off of knowing. So what you're going to do is you're going to listen to this interview. It's going to be electric with this dude. And then you're going to go to mybookie.ag. You're going to use promo code McAfee. You're going to get 50% more money immediately. And then you're going to lock in the two bets that he gives us. Ladies and gentlemen, Wild Animal Brandon Lang. Last week, this person called into the show. I had no fucking clue who he was before the call, but I'll never forget him after the call. He called himself his own name a couple times, and he told us to go ahead and lock up Loyola Chicago. He made a lot of money for every one of my listeners, everyone in this room, the entire world, doing the Lord's work at strip clubs and sports betting sites. Ladies and gentlemen, a guy whose life has been made into a movie, Brandon Lang.
You are too much, man. What's happening, boys?
Hey, you had to feel really fucking good about that Loyola Chicago thing happening. Buzzer beater to make you look like a real genius yet again for Brandon Lang.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I was pissed that I didn't see UMBC, and as crazy as that sounds, as a handicapper, you get a 20-point underdog that wins by 20. That's a 40-point bad line. So then you go back and you look at the game, and you're like, all right, is there any way, what did I miss? And there was just no fucking way. They lost by 44 on January 21st to a nobody. You didn't see it. Then there were two things out there in space, guys, that you would think about now and go, well, that kind of makes sense. The biggest upset ever in college basketball was when Ralph Sampson, 7'4", went to Hawaii and lost to Chaminade. That everybody says that's the biggest upset ever. The biggest upset in the NCAA tournament was to the day. 6 years ago on that Friday night in 2012, Norfolk State was a 21-point underdog as a 15 seed and beat number 2 Missouri. That was 6 years to Friday night when UMBC beat Virginia. So you can say what you want. It was going to happen. I'm just pissed I didn't at least talk about it.
Well, the problem I have with you, Brandon, is as a professional, which you are, you should have known that was out in the fucking universe, Brandon. We come to you for all this information, and you left us hanging on that. 6 years to the day? You should have known that, Brandon.
You know what? When you've spent as much time as I did in my 20s and 30s in champagne rooms doing blow, your brain is going to miss that. And then when you clean up your act and you have a kid and you get sober and then you're supposed to be the way you are and be a good dad, the coke residue in your brain from your 20s and 30s is going to affect your decision-making process at some point in your life. You're not going to see every underdog. And I can't blame it on anybody else. I took it deep. I survived. I'm not in rehab. I'm healthy. Life is good. But you're going to have some leftover dysfunctional effects of 24-hour runs in strip bars. It's human nature.
Well, you know the issue. This is just like whenever you have a little food in your teeth left over, and it's a little bit of a pepper, and it gets you like 4 hours later. That's what the cocaine's doing with your brain. It's like a 5-year later thing. It's catching up to you, Brandon. You need to take care of your brain. We all need this brain of yours, Brandon. We're all getting rich off it. Speaking of, a lot of games left to be had, a lot of games to make money off of, a lot of games to take advantage of your sports bookie. What is happening this weekend? Who you liking? Who you feeling? Are you riding high, and are the Mountaineers going to win the whole goddamn thing?
I went down to a maintenance place. I've rented a wheelchair. It's going to set in my living room, and I'm going to set in it with a scarf around my neck, and I'm going to watch Loyola Chicago plus 1.5 beat Nevada. You got a 98-year-old nun sitting courtside pulling in divine intervention on 2 buzzer beaters. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be in the wheelchair. Since Houston got knocked out, and their point guard wore a bun in his hair, my daughter came out, I was watching Houston against Michigan. Daddy, why is your bun in a hair? Why do you have your hair in a bun? I go, well, look at that point guard right there. I need Houston tonight, plus 4.5. They got there, they covered, they lost on a buzzer beater, so I can't wear the bun anymore. I'm going to be in that wheelchair. I'm going to pull in Loyola Chicago, plus the 1.5. I'm going to watch the whole game in a wheelchair. Tito's Cranberry, Tito's Club Soda, Splash of Cran, and watch Loyola Chicago. I'm coming right back with them again, plus the 1.5. And for your listeners, another game I like. As good as Texas A&M looked against North Carolina, Michigan's going to spread them out, and Michigan does a great job of beating big teams. They knocked off Purdue, who's got a 7'9" guy. He's not 7'9", like 7'2". Bad matchup for Texas A&M. So I like Michigan over Texas A&M on Thursday.
Okay, so Loyola Chicago back at it. I like that you try to dress up like characters that are playing to kind of keep the good juju going. The old nun lady and you, Brandon Lang, I don't think could be more polar opposite humans, but the fact that you're going to look the same, maybe that'll happen. Now, you run a website. What is it called again so we can get all... BrandonLang.com. I got a one-day free all-access pass, so you go there. You don't got to pay for anything. You get a free one-day pass, like a $700 value. You get 11 best bets in one day, absolutely free. My way of saying, hey, thanks for
coming to the site, meet all my handicappers. If you like what they say, great. If not, you had a free day on me. So in a business where everybody's always charging you something up front, I'm not like that. I'm not interested in having your business for a day. If you're gonna gamble and bet on sports, just stay with me for the year. Like Loyola Chicago is gonna be my best bet on the website on Thursday. I've already given that out for free. I refuse to charge people stuff in a business where it's very shady with the leeches and cutthroat salesmen and that. Listen, come to the website. You decide to buy a pick, great. If not, have a free day on me.
How do you find the guys that are handicapping on your website? Like, do they come to you? Do you scout for people? Because we got a couple good gamblers in this office. Now, granted, I only roll with them on their fucking losses, it feels like. But we got some guys that have a good percentage. How do you find these guys that work for your network of handicappers?
Okay, so you go to brandlane.com and you go to my customer service and send in your best bet with a paragraph of analysis. You do that for 30 days. If you show me you have an opinion and supported with some analysis, it shows me you know what you're talking about. Not, I'm going to go with West Virginia plus the points over Villanova because I like their uniform. No, give me, are their cheerleaders are hot, and I...
Somebody hung up on him. Who just hung up on him? Was that you, Gonzo, or did he hang up on himself right there? He just disappeared out of nowhere. By the way, to be honest, I do a lot of the gambling on the way that he said he doesn't like people to gamble. And I win a lot. I happen to win a lot. On the college football tailgate show, I was fucking, 6-0. It only went 6 weeks.
Yep, you were on fire.
Yeah, and it was because we picked the Stanford USC game, and I said Stanford is too liberal of a school to beat a blind kid.
Yep.
And it happened. It absolutely happened.
You picked Oklahoma over Ohio State because Baker Mayfield and that arrest video.
Exactly. And I was right.
Yep.
And now, Brandon, hey, you cut yourself off there. I don't know if you hung up or we did, but we're happy that you're back. It was quick. It was with the Coke quick.
All right, so go to my customer service and just email in a pick and write a paragraph of analysis. Don't tell me I like West Virginia plus 5.5 over Villanova because a buddy of mine knows a cheerleader who does double PT and double penetration with thigh-high boots. I need more than that. I need some validation of why West Virginia is going to cover. They match up. So paragraph of analysis. Send that to me for 30 days. If you hit over 70%, then we'll talk. And that's kind of what everybody had to do.
Okay, so everybody that is working for your website seems to have quite a fucking batting percentage, 70%. Yeah,
No, that's not true. That's not true. The great thing about the website is somebody always has the hot hand. We all go into slumps. It's just like the stock market. Everybody goes into slumps, man. This picking games every day, this shit ain't easy. I mean, you have shit that happens that you can't. Look at the Kansas Seton Hall game. It was a bad beat on Scott Van Pelt. Kansas was so the right cover in that game, and not only do you get a 3 for the backdoor cover for Seton Hall, but the guy was falling away, throws it up, and just spread your ass cheeks and take the Louisville Slugger. And I'm not talking about the thin end with the knob. I'm talking about the fat part of the bat. Shove it up there so you can taste it in your mouth. That's how much that game hurt you if you had Kansas. And I know because a couple of buddies had Kansas. I didn't touch the game because I hate Kansas. So this is a godforsaken business, but at the end of the day, I got a lot of good guys that do a lot of good job of getting on the right side of games and hopefully winning more than we lose.
I respect and appreciate that. You got any life advice for the guys in the room here? We got a guy going through a little bit of a breakup. He seems a little bit lonely. His name's the Warhammer, Jeff Vibbert. Is there any life advice for a guy that's going through a little bit of a breakup?
Yep.
Jeff, I hate to go back to it, but she banged 50 guys before you, and she's going to bang 50 guys after you. And if you look at it, Jeff, how many chicks did you bang before her, and how many chicks are you going to bang after her? At the end of the day, you got to pick up and go, man, and you got to go deep. Listen, get in it. Go to Euros.com, get an escort, take it deep one night, and forget all about her. I can't stand these guys that they can't. How many guys in your office are married?
None.
None. Don't ever get married. Because the best joke I tell about marriage, and this is the truth, is a couple that's been married for 20 years goes to therapy. And as soon as they walk in the door, the wife says to the therapist, "You come highly recommended to all my friends." And the therapist says, "Yeah, I do great with new couples. I can find something you and your husband have in common and work off that base platform. I'll fix you in 2 weeks. Just tell me something you got in common." Husband goes, "That's easy. Neither one of us likes to suck fucking dick." And that's marriage. Okay? My buddy's a writer in L.A. He says it best. Every chick you meet, she auditions for the part of your girlfriend or wife, and they audition hard. They tell you all they want to hear. They'll give up anal early. They'll do blow off. You can do blow off their ass if you want. Whatever you want, they'll do whatever they want to get that part. Once they get that part, it's fucking over. You get nothing at all. So be careful. Just live large. Stay single till you're 40 and tap as much ass as possible, because when you get married and have kids and become a dad, everything changes, but that's the sacrifice you make.
Brandon, I'll tell you what. I think you should maybe write a motivational book as well. I don't think you should just be sports handicapped. I think you should be writing life advice, Brandon.
So at 40, what?
No, listen, listen, guys. I'm a small kid from Midland, Michigan that happened to live a crazy 6 years in the sports gambling business, and went out to L.A. and took a job at a golf course as a caddy and network a feature film in my life. And I can come on your show next week and fuck basketball. Let's just talk caddy stories of the celebrities I caddied for and the shit that went on the golf course, which was hilarious. But at the end of the day, I'm blessed and fortunate to having... My dad tried to kill my mom when I was 10 and got 5 to 15 in prison for attempted murder. I was supposed to be a statistic. So to battle out of that and be where I'm at and to have dived into the drug scene and gotten out with the addictive personality of my family and to be clean and be happy, it's been a pretty good run, man. It really has. So it's if I can make people laugh and smile, that's a fucking great day.
Hey, Brandon, I never officially met you in real life, but I want to let you know I'm proud of you, buddy. What a fucking life you've got a chance to live, and that brain of yours seems to be pretty damn good.
Oh, it's sharp. It's not going anywhere. You know, it's got some great, listen, you can always close your eyes and go back in the champagne room one more time, and that's a good thing about memories.
Hey, Brandon,
I always tell people this. Last thing before I go, I always tell people this. If you can close your eyes and jerk off to a memory, you've done good. Because if you don't have to look at something and you can go that deep to get hard and jerk it, that's a fucking great day.
Hey, Brandon, I appreciate you so much, man. Keep that spank bank rolling, and we appreciate you for that Loyola Chicago bet so much. And Michigan, we're about to all make some money off Brandon Lang. Go to BrandonLang.com. Go ahead and check out his sports handicappers. Brandon, you're the man.
For some reason, I thought I was coming to New York to let you know we'd meet, but I hear you're in Indiana.
Yeah, I'm out here in Indianapolis, Indiana. You should come in sometime.
Well, I was there for the Final Four when Duke beat UNLV.
I remember that. Did you enjoy your time here?
Oh, it was great. Unbelievable. And then I can't remember, Jim Irsay was my regular when I caddied at Riviera. Jim was my regular my last year there. Throws you 500 bones just to ride around in the car with him. Great guy. he throws it around. He carries a satchel in the back of the cart that's got probably $100 grand in it. I don't know how much was in it. But when he rounds over, he's like, hey, and people know when you've been around Jim Irsay if they're lying or not, because Jim says Pardsy. Everybody's Pardsy. What's up, Pardsy? How you doing, Pardsy? Pardsy, how you doing? So you know you've been around him. And I was his regular caddy for my last year at Riviera, caddied for him 5 times. And the first time I ever caddied for him, the other caddy, Steve Hanamoto, who's still his caddy to this day, he threw me and Hanamoto 500 each. Man, we went right up to Wilshire Boulevard and went to the Gin Jaw Spa and got 2 porn star dime pieces and did the rub and tug. It was unbelievable.
Let's go! I'll meet you at the rub and tug.
So, but I'm coming to New York next week to go to the Penn State, Mississippi State NIT semifinal game on Tuesday. But I'll have to get to Indianapolis. Absolutely.
All right, we appreciate you, Brandon. You're the man. Have a safe trip out there. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one, boss. That dude's out of control.
Wild animal.
Man. He's just an interesting cat. I don't know. I know nothing about him. I didn't even know they had a movie about him.
You need to watch that movie.
Every time he comes on this show, though, he is a fucking rampant animal, just all over the place.
Hey, what did he say 2 times ago? He said, if you're in the champagne room with an 8-ball, believe me, you'll be paying for no fucking songs back there.
No, you won't be paying for drinks or champagne or something.
You'll have no bill or some shit like that. Like
Today, his marriage counseling bit was
animal.
Solid. He's out of control. Anyways, it's been a Thursday. I hope you've enjoyed it. At Viva Lazito, at Tactical Diggs, at Nick Baraldo, at Sean Latham, at Ty Schmidt, at Evan Foxy. This has been the Pat McAfee Show. Every Thursday we do a wrestling recap. Today it's even more important due to me signing a WWE contract. I hope you enjoy it. There'll be a little wrestling recap every Thursday, post-show. Rip Rogers, Robbie Fox, Nick, Ty Schmidt, myself, Jeff Vibert. And yeah, that's a Thursday. Ty Schmidt, hit the music.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was All-Pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat McAfee!
And I got my phone turned off. The phone is turned off.
The silent, you mean?
Yeah.
The sound is turned
the
off.
sound gimmick. And then, but Jeff took all those.
Hey, how'd you dig in a new phone?
Yeah.
Holy shit! You said it to me earlier, but I was in the middle of 4 meetings. You really do have a brand new phone, Rip. Okay, congratulations, man.
I don't know how that shit works or anything, but I got a new phone.
You'll figure it out. You got you had the original iPhone. Now you're up in the touchscreen era. This is good news.
I don't know, but when I'm fucking driving and I ain't supposed to be doing that shit, and now it's too big for my hand, so I can't really do it. So I'm almost ready to have a wreck for no goddamn reason.
Because your thumb can't reach all the way.
Yes, it's fucked up.
You got to do that. You'll figure it out. Your thumb will stretch. You'll learn. It'll be an exercise for you. Because at the beginning, everybody has that fear when you get the wider iPhone. But then your thumb just kind of finds a way, just like humans have done since the beginning. You kind of find a way. Your thumb and brain will figure it out.
You know why elephants can't hitchhike?
Why is that?
Why, Rip?
They don't have any thumbs. Hey.
Oh, I thought there was going to be something else
Oh,
there.
no, that was just a clean joke. It's AG, all gimmick, wasn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a trunk space joke.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Okay, Vibs. Oh, that was a good one.
It's a good gimmick.
Fucking Jeff, all he does is say gimmick every other fucking word.
You're telling me, bro. You're only here one day. He says every day.
He said, well, what do you eat? No, I'm going to have that gimmick.
Everything. It's incredible.
What are you doing in the bathroom? I'm going to do the gimmick.
Rip, I've had it up to my snabits with you.
What girl are you with tonight? Oh, you know the gimmick. How are you? I'm AG, baby. All gimmick.
Good rib. Good rib.
He's
Good
fucked.
rib. He sent me a text. I told you that. Like a business conversation. He wanted to ask me about a gimmick he wanted to do. In the text message, use the word gimmick.
Did he do the gimmick, or was the gimmick too much of a gimmick that he couldn't do the gimmick?
I don't know. We're waiting on the gimmick to start because when it does, it's going to be one of the best gimmicks of all time. It's going to be real over.
Is it going to be like the fucking Pat McAfee game show?
Oh boy, I'll tell you what, Rip. I did a legit 23. I think I did 23 hours straight. Hosted 6 shows, got an hour and a half nap. Hosted another show, and I was in like I was like a 36 hours with an hour and a half of sleep.
And you know why you did it?
Because I was a fucking idiot.
Because
the scheduling was a fucking idiot.
Because you had Up Energy Drink, and they are sponsors, and that's why Pat McAfee could do all those fucking hours, and he's over because he drinks Up Energy Drink in his 317 Pat McAfee shirt. The Wow.
I just don't know. I don't know if Up is over enough in our building in sponsorship to get that type of plug right there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but they are a hell of a gimmick.
They are.
Yesterday we were upstairs finding out that someone took a bite out of Pat's potato triangle.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't
no,
you?
it was the delivery person.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yes.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, that was a hilarious response. You weren't even here. Listen to that guilty consciousness, dude. Just a guilty conscience. No, man, you weren't even here.
Wasn't me.
It was a delivery service.
Well, that fish sandwich you had a couple weeks ago, that was me.
Oh, attaboy.
It was only a little bite.
Digging in deep in the fridge. What do you got there?
It was AG.
It's a good move. Hey, wrestling's changing, man, Robbie.
Oh yeah.
I think it's been announced. I signed a WWE contract yesterday.
Let's fucking go, Pat. You serious?
Yeah, let's go, Robbie. Yeah. It was with it's for NXT Takeover. I'm working the pre-show for an hour. I got an open mic there.
Amazing. Are you doing the panel
Yeah.
in New Orleans?
Yep.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, good news for you and for us. I think they're potentially giving us a space down there, a media day on Friday. So we're going to be I think we're going to have an ability to do a show from down there. So we got in there, Robbie, which should be good for all of us.
Wow, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, dude. I was really lucky. Michael Cole hit me up and made it all happen, basically, and was like so nice. They were so everything was so cool. It was an awesome. It moved quickly. Email, phone call, conversation for like 30 minutes. It was a good conversation. Bang. Yeah, and I thank them for the opportunity like numerous times. I was like so thankful. They're very nice, man. I'm very excited for it. So I'm going down there, I think, Thursday through Monday all the way. So we'll be down there the whole time. And then Saturday is that NXT takeover whenever I'm going to grab a microphone and try to turn the pre-show into the show. Rip, you know what I'm talking about.
You're the man. What the fuck can I say? Jesus Christ.
I'm just going to have a good time. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's my first WrestleMania experience too. I've never really been able to go from fucking being busy all the time.
It is amazing.
I know.
The WrestleMania weekend, there's nothing in the world like it. It's my favorite weekend every year. Wrestling fans take over a city. New Orleans is a perfect city for it. Bourbon Street's going to be lit up. Everyone yes chants, wearing shirts. It's going to be unbelievable.
Speaking of, let's just get right into it. Daniel Bryan got cleared for in-ring action this week. What a beautiful thing for the WWE. Another weapon to use, a great personality and a great wrestler in the ring. That's good news, right, Nick?
That's right. He's back. He fired Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in ring, and then they, in turn, did what they do and went all Shane McMahon on him and beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan. Powerbombed him into the side of the ring.
Now, what was his injury, to remind everybody, Robbie?
So it was a history of concussions, and he had gotten a concussion shortly after WrestleMania 31. We're approaching 34. So it's been a little over 2 years. They had him go get testing. He got cleared by his personal doctors. They told him, get a second opinion. He got cleared by those doctors. They said, why don't you get a third opinion by the concussion experts at UCLA? He got cleared by them. And then they sent him to some non-FDA approved experimental reflex testing where they found a lesion on his brain. And due to that lesion, they made him retire right away. And they looked into it a little further. The lesion was nothing. And the reflex that was a little slow was slow compared to MMA fighters and football players. It was completely regular compared to the average person. So he went for the past 2 years to every concussion specialist in the world. Dave Meltzer has speculated that his brain has gotten more testing than any combat sports athlete or wrestler of the like than anyone alive. So
holy shit.
I've seen a lot of people very nervous, like why is he allowed to come back if he's got this concussion history, if he's had, seizures due to concussions, which he's admitted. But I honestly think the neurologists in this country that have cleared him probably made the right call. They probably know what they're talking about, and I couldn't be more excited. I mean, I jumped up from my desk yesterday like you wouldn't believe. Rhea sits across from me. Young Pageview sits next to me. Trent across from me. They thought like I just hit the lottery or something. I jumped up. My head hit the ceiling 20 feet up. I ran into the radio room where Carabas was on live radio. I had to show him the news. I was walking around. It was like that Kevin Durant gif where I was just telling everyone. I was like, you don't understand. The greatest of all time is back. You don't understand. My favorite wrestler of all time is back. I was standing on our bar yesterday watching
Greatest
SmackDown.
wrestler of all time. Rip just almost flipped the goddamn desk, but I do understand why Daniel is so popular. I find it so interesting, though, that the WWE, now, if everything you just said, Robbie, is accurate, which it sounded fucking good, by the way. Everything, I just felt like I just went to a scoop school right
Yeah,
there.
it sounded incredible.
Yeah, but the WWE looking out for one of their wrestlers like that, I think is fucking commendable. Like, I think that's a very commendable thing. I think that's a pretty big ordeal. And the fact, though, that Brie, I guess, had him go to all these specialists, right? That's basically what he said in the middle of the stage. There was a thank you Brie chant happening in the crowd. That was a beautiful moment for everybody. Now, Rip, do you know Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, now wrestling is Daniel Bryan's life.
Yep.
And to have it taken away from you and to go through what he did, you're mad, you feel like a loser, you have basically no purpose in life. You're thinking you're a worthless bum. He said, I love this business. This is what I want to do. In his mind, he's thinking, if I can just get in there, if I die in the ring, that's okay. Because I'm dying doing something I love. That's just a couple of years ago, I was at the Legends Camp doing a seminar in Charlotte. Ole Anderson was there. I used to run developmental towns for Ole Anderson. was a champion for him, worked for him many different times at WCW, and he couldn't remember who I was.
Wow.
And he was in his early 70s, and he's in a wheelchair. And I said, Ole, what's going on, man? He goes, man, your face is familiar. And he wasn't ribbing me either, you know what I mean? Because Ole's a big ribber. And we're talking. He says, yeah, all the stuff you're telling me, I can put it together in that time frame, but I can't remember you. So I'm sitting there like almost fucking crying, you know what I mean? I'm going, holy shit. And me, I can't remember shit, you know?
Yep.
I'm saying, my pants zipped up? Do I have a shirt on? Whatever. Is Jeff really that much of a gimmick? Is he over? You know? Am I really here on Barstool Sports doing this? Is Robbie right there? Am I in a room with these guys? Am I having the greatest time of my life? And I'm thinking of Daniel Bryant, for him to get cleared. He's like a little kid in a goddamn candy store. He's just ready to break out, ready to bust out, and he's gonna throw it all. He's gonna give 100% effort, and whatever happens, goddamn happens, and that's all there is to it.
I can't wait. It's definitely got to be Shane McMahon. By the way, that was very beautiful by you. Rick.
Was.
Well, you know,
That
that
was.
was very
That
beautiful.
was.
I don't want to just blow by that and let you know that was a very deep Rip Rogers moment there. Once you dig past the fucking
The gimmick.
yeah, that was that was NG right there, man. Not
that
gimmick,
that
cuz.
was no gimmick.
But it's definitely, that was beautiful. The brain is such a treasured thing, by the way. And I think everybody's realizing that, especially with what's going on with concussions. This is definitely setting up for an incredible Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan match at WrestleMania. And I can't wait to see what the fuck happens.
Undoubtedly. I thought both his segments on SmackDown were great, too. I like that they had him open the show and give the kind of heartfelt thank you to the fans, thank you to Brie. He's back, you know, like, oh, my God, I can't believe this is going to happen. I thought it was a great moment where he said, I don't know when or where I'll come back, and everyone in the crowd just pointed to the WrestleMania sign like, we'll fucking see you in New Orleans, buddy.
Yeah. And then they end it with him getting killed, like right back into the Daniel Bryan character. Like, okay, now that you're back, we got to beat the hell out of you. Like, you gotta,
Like, all right, well, like, let's get going right now because WrestleMania is around the corner.
Yeah.
And the way that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn sold what they were doing to them, what they were doing to Daniel Bryan, I thought was so good. It looked like they didn't want to do it, but they had to. That was like the expression that I got from their face. It looked like Kevin Owens was like on the verge of tears, but he was like, this guy just fired me, so I am going to kill him. It was great. I thought the whole segment was great. I thought having Daniel Bryan start hitting that signature comeback that everyone loves so much was good. They held off. He didn't hit his finisher on anyone. Nobody got put in a yes lock. They're saving that for WrestleMania, but I can't wait.
The yes kicks came back, though. The whole place was losing it. Everybody, whenever they heard he was coming back, the gif of him and The Miz getting into it just was like bing, 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 bing underneath it. But they can't do that yet. After the WrestleMania, when they have the shakeup, they can definitely make that happen, though. That's something.
Yeah, think of all the potential matchups he's got now. He could face AJ Styles. He could face The Miz. He could face Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, there are so many matchups for him that are available. I haven't even fully processed that he's coming back. It's crazy to me.
He's a good weapon for WWE to have right now. Fresh, too. He's a fresh storyline. And he's a fresh body. His body's fresh. The brain is fresh as well. I mean, this is a good restart here for WWE.
Yeah, it's a good point, too, because, I mean, it's going to freshen up the whole show, because now that he's active, you can bring someone else in to play that GM of SmackDown role.
Yep.
And keep everything, like the entire show. You can do basically a reset of a lot of storylines, some that weren't working, some that are, and just inject new life.
And that's what WrestleMania is for. WrestleMania is 1,000%. So, okay, let's wrap this year up. Now let's start some new shit. Let's see what happens. Let's start. It's like it's a brand new season in the NFL. You start at the bottom of the mountain. Now you're trying to get back to the top again. See what the fuck happens. It's a great time of year. Great time of year. What's up, Vibs?
What's this guy's name again? Sorry. I was
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel, okay. Robbie, why do you like Daniel so much? Why is he your favorite wrestler? Because I've never seen him wrestle, because when I got into it, he's obviously been hurt.
Vibs has been a fan for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So I was on like wrestling forums back in 2009, and there were rumors that this guy Bryan Danielson was signing with the WWE, and everyone was immediately like on the forums very protective, and I'd never seen anything like it. Everyone was like, they're going to make him into a jobber, they're not going to do him justice. I was like, why is everyone so protective of this guy? I looked him up. He looked like a pretty normal dude, and someone just sent me one of his matches. It was against a guy named Nigel McGuinness at Ring of Honor Unified 2006. I watched the match and I was blown away. I was like, that is an unbelievable match. I didn't really even know Ring of Honor at the time. Didn't know Indies at the time. And I was like, oh my God, I've watched it twice in a row. And I followed his career from that point forward. And he's such a good wrestler. He's so passionate. He comes off like a legitimate person, a real guy that you want to get behind. He makes chicken salad out of chicken shit every opportunity that he can.
Gotcha.
And the fans, no matter how much the company pushes him down, which they did a lot of pushing him down, they fired him in 2009. He came back in 2009, like legitimately out of storyline, fired him. There's just been so many obstacles for him to overcome. He's a 5'8" guy who does not have the look of a superstar at all. And the fact that the fans were able to get behind him and force WWE's hand to make him main event WrestleMania is an incredible feat, I think.
Got it. I like him now. I like
It's
him.
insane that the Bella twins, one's married to John Cena, who's the poster face of WWE, and then the other is married to Daniel Bryan, who's this guy who was the complete opposite of the face of WWE. I think there's going to be a lot of case studies on that whole situation right there. That whole thing. I think there's going to be case studies.
Yes.
I think there's going to be case studies on that whole thing.
I talked to Breed, too. I talked to both of the Bella twins on a podcast. It had to be in maybe September, and Bree said flat out, like, yep, he'll wrestle again, whether it's in the WWE or not. Like, he's cleared by enough doctors that when his contract expires, which I know the official date of his contract expiring is September 23rd, you would have to imagine that'll get renewed at this point. He wants to wrestle in WWE. It's his home at this point. But she said, like, when that contract expires, if he's still not cleared, he'll go to Japan, he'll wrestle. And she was fully supportive of it. So kudos to her for, believing in him.
So when they're holding him out, WWE is that more of a liability thing, or is that still some of that resonating dislike for him because he didn't fit the mold of who they...
Deep question there. From
No, I'm serious. I had always read that and heard that, and it's like, Hunter didn't really like him that much because he didn't have the look and he wasn't the guy, but like the fans loved him.
I think it was the opposite, actually. I think Hunter did like him.
Okay, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yep. You know what? We'll never really know. There's a lot of fishy things, like the circumstances around their retirement are very strange, and maybe in 20 years we'll get some kind of documentary about it, but for right now I don't think we'll know. I think it's somewhere in between the two polar opposite ends of the spectrum, where it's like they're really looking out for him and his brain is really damaged and they want Roman Reigns to succeed, and Daniel Bryan is a distraction from that. It's fallen somewhere in the middle there.
Oh, they would never do that. Right. What else happened, Nick? We're leading up to WrestleMania. There's so many things coming to a boiling point, so many things getting decided. What are some other things that happened this week in wrestling?
Let's finish up with SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura took on Rusev with AJ Styles outside doing commentary. He came down to watch. Aiden English comes in, interferes a little bit. AJ Styles is going to jump in. Shinsuke handles it, says, I don't need your help. So that's kind of an interesting twist because he helped out AJ a couple weeks ago. Now they're just kind of going back and forth.
AJ was going to help him out. He just took his time. He was taking his time. He was facing the other direction. He would have went in there and helped if he had to. Mm-hmm. I think that kind of got lost in the whole thing.
And I thought it was a good mirror to last week, where it's like AJ kind of needed Shinsuke's help, and now Shinsuke's showing the champ, I could take on two guys by myself that were beating you up. So, like, what am I going to do to you at WrestleMania? I thought this was, like, very well done.
Rip, did you watch it? No.
Hey, man, I was at the K, baby. You know that.
Can we not get a TV at the K?
Oh, my God. I had to look at those things about monsters on sale, 3 for $5.87 and stuff like that. And I had a couple gimmicks come in last night, a couple trannies come in.
Oh my goodness! It's called trannies gimmicks.
I ran him off, but as Jeff would say, they were AG all gimmick. I told
you were the dumbest fucking dude on earth.
I told the one guy, I said, you need some makeup for that Adam's apple. Come on now, and shave closer before you come in here.
Does the K know how you speak to these humans that come inside to their company?
They all know. I'm on third shift, man. I'm the king of there because hey, that's
king of the K, Rip Rogers.
Yeah, that's when they come in and put the gun to your head and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Third shift, you got to be a little bit out there. So I was a little bit out there. So what the hell,
Rip told me
those videos, the like surveillance videos of robberies gone wrong, where like the person behind the counter knows what they're doing. I can't wait till one of those comes out. I watch it and I squint a little bit.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, I just got
right in his face. He's like, get that gimmick out of my face.
I just got the letter last week with a guy that put the gun on me. I don't know how many years ago when I was working in Louisville. Was getting released from prison. Was it okay? Did I have any objections? No, I didn't give a shit. If he'd have shot me, I'd have been dead. I wouldn't be here. But
the state calls. Hey, just want to let you know that guy that held a gun to your face.
Yeah,
he's getting out of jail. Do you have any objections to that? I forgot that even happened.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal, He was he had all the gimmick tattoos on, the homemade things, and he was shaking crackhead and stuff, and he had the gimmick mask on. So when I told him to go ahead and shoot me, I don't care, put me out of my goddamn misery, Then he ran to the door and knocked himself half silly. But I guess he got 2 or 3 other stores that night.
By the way, such a heel move. You won't pull the trigger. Like basically talking shit to the guy. Such a heel move.
Well, you're in character, right?
No, you're getting a gun.
No, wait a minute. Now, I admit this. Then about 3 minutes later, I started shaking and shit. I said, "Holy shit!" You know what I mean? I was ready to fucking piss my pants. My knees was doing the handsome Jimmy Valiant shit and everything. That. But it was a hell of a rib. It was a hell of a fucking gimmick. I wish Jeff could have been there, but I didn't know him yet.
Jesus. I tell you, Jeff would not have acted like that.
Jeff did not want to be there. But I guarantee he didn't.
It was just been a gimmick.
Jeff just said, "Yeah."
Shit. Now I forget. No, Rip was telling me the other day he got robbed on a pizza route, and was that the one where you told him to also kill me?
Well, I snuck up and he put the gun and he took my car.
Son of a bitch.
Well, the thing about it is the last run of the night, and I get that feeling, and the boss wasn't there. They put the assistant manager in there, and I got to go to this area that was a bit troubled. So I walk up there, and there's okay, good. There's the empty building, right? Ring the doorbell. All of a sudden, click. And, great.
Oh,
so now he's going to take my car. They take my car and they go joyriding and they crash a son of a bitch, right? In the meantime, I only have liability insurance. So guess who gets screwed?
Rip Rogers.
Yeah, I get screwed. And I told them, assistant manager, I said, no, I got this feeling. When I got this feeling, that shit's going to happen. And it did. So.
Well, I'm happy you didn't die. We're all happy you didn't die.
Yeah, if I did die, I wouldn't have met Jeff, and I wouldn't be here right now. And
AG,
it'd be all fucking gimmick, And that's the way, and my snabits would have been hurt or something. But anyway,
Jeff, what a compliment! You got to put that on a poster one day, like when movies put their accolades, what reviewers are saying. Like, if I died, I wouldn't have met Jeff. That's Rip's main takeaway.
Yeah, this guy lived with Macho Man Randy Savage for a couple years. He was there whenever a lot of superstar wrestlers were born. Basically, now he's trained Brock Lesnar, John Cena. If he would have died then, he would have never met Jeff Vibbard.
Yeah.
What a wasted life it would have been.
No one is more over to Rip Rogers than Vibbs.
I'll tell you what, Vibbs coming over a big time over on me too. I'll tell you because of the rest. Hey, he's now that you're supposed to be a wrestling fan, by the way, Vibbs.
Oh, absolutely.
Cross country runner, super. You're a smart fella. You're a deep thinker. I think you're a funny guy. You're supposed to be a wrestling fan.
This might be a stretch, but you know how when people are like, "Oh, I'm gay," I figured it out. When I was a wrestling fan, I was like, "Oh, I'm a wrestling fan." Like I figured out my life. Like
he's not kidding.
I'm 1,000% serious.
You're supposed to be a wrestling.
I'm supposed to be because I was blown away when I saw like what's the guy with the Mankind jumping off that steel cage. I was like, this is what I need to be watching.
Well, then it's variety too. There's drama. There's comedy. It's everything.
It's everything in one
I
little.
think that's such a good comparison.
Hour show.
Like I see some people that I'm like, they're a wrestling fan. They just don't know it.
Yep, I agree completely.
Trent, you know Trent from Barstool. He's a wrestling fan. He doesn't know it.
He's from Iowa. I feel like everybody from Iowa is a potential wrestling fan. They should be at least.
He definitely grew up watching it, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
I look at that guy, I'm like, NASCAR and wrestling. That's his life.
I think that's judgment. What you're doing there is judging him for how he
I
looks.
love him. I love him. That's just a fact.
I like what you're doing a lot, Robbie.
But it will become that way.
What about Riggs? You see that in Riggs?
Riggs? No, I don't think Riggs is a wrestling fan. He's a Harvard guy. He's it's fake, right? And then you got to slap the note on the window. How about them apples?
Yeah, no shit. So are all those books that you read at Harvard. It's all fake too, buddy. All right? How about that? What else happened, Nick? What's going on with WrestleMania?
So let's talk about what happened on Raw. Braun Strowman beat Cesaro, but interesting ruling. He's going to have to find a tag partner for WrestleMania if he wants to take on the bar. So that was the first thought was Elias. Who else could possibly team up with
Because
Braun?
he won the tag team battle royal
by himself
to go against the Bar at WrestleMania by himself, as he should. By the way, what a hilarious character! They have to get him into WrestleMania somehow. This is a good way to do it. I'm hoping it's Elias. I have no idea, Robbie. I feel like you probably have a scoop on this.
So, if you put a gun to my head, Rip Rogers style, and said, who's it going to be, I would say it's Samoa Joe. I know Samoa Joe is coming off an injury right now. Then he should be cleared soon. There are other options. Elias is clearly one of them. Another one is Big Cass, who was overshadowed but got cleared to compete in ring yesterday.
Because he was hanging around.
Cleared on the same day as Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he kind of got Daniel Bryan by Daniel Bryan.
The other one, which is a complete wild card, but I remember after the Royal Rumble, there was some speculation that he could be signing a part-time deal with the company, and just in my personal fandom would love to see it, is Rey Mysterio. If they brought back Rey Mysterio
Braun and Rey
team with Braun Strowman, that polar opposite David and Goliath would really work for me.
That makes a lot of sense, huh, Rip? Because Braun could throw Rey Mysterio around, too. There's going to be a lot of situations there between the giant and the little fella.
Rey Mysterio, he used to come down to OVW when he first was with WWE, and this guy was about as tall as he was wide, athletic as hell. But I could just see Strowman just taking him. And remember when Nash and WCW
spiked him into the side of the trailer? Yep.
Yes. He could just take him and throw them and be knocking their shit out of everybody, and that would be so fucking cool.
It'd be like bowling pins.
David and fucking Goliath.
That's a good team, actually. I didn't know. You said he got signed?
No, they were in talks to sign a bit of a part-time deal. I mean, at the Rumble, he looked better than ever. He looked like he was, back in crazy good shape. He's actually working a New Japan show this weekend, I believe, against Jushin Thunder Liger, which is like a fantastic send-off for Liger. It's his last year in the business, and he's a legend. So I think that's really cool. But I could see Ray signing a part-time deal, and if that's the case, like, I don't hate that move. Or put him on 205 Live and add some energy to that division.
I haven't watched that in a long time. I know that sounds terrible, but I haven't gotten into the 205 Live. We watched it live in Indianapolis one time, kind of whenever they were just starting it up.
Last year, yeah.
When they were just really starting it up and cranking it up. It was such an entertaining live show, the 205, but on TV, I can't get into it. I don't know why. I just can't do it.
So I will say this. They reset the division after Enzo was released and started a tournament for the vacant Cruiserweight Championship to culminate at WrestleMania. The finals of that tournament are now set, and it's Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. And legitimately the best two guys they possibly could have picked for that. So I think they're on the right track. They know what they're doing. I tweeted before, like when the stuff about Enzo was coming out, I said they should reset it, set the finals at Mania, and do Cedric and Ali. I was like, those are the two. I traveled to Chicago a few years back to see Ali wrestle in this, like, it was the back room of a deli. There were no more than 200 people in the building. And I just knew he was the next guy. Like, this guy is an unbelievable character, an unbelievable wrestler. He works a cool, like, hybrid lucha style. If he wins at WrestleMania, which I don't think he will, I think they'll actually put the strap on Cedric, but that match will steal the show, at least as far as, maybe not being the match of the night, but being the match that puts the division on the map.
The live entertainment of those guys wrestling is very incredible to watch. The athleticism is absolutely absurd. I'm excited to see what they do with that. How do you feel about Lucha Libre wrestling?
Well, there's the buffet. Some like the chicken, some like the fish, some like the roast beef. There's a place for that in wrestling. It's like a comedy match, a hardcore match, a brawler match, a match with two super heavyweights, the guys with two light of a lighter weight. It's like the 205 guys. What they're doing is they're concentrating on wrestling, and they're not much into selling. But you're not much into selling because you're trying to get your character over because you haven't had the character development what the other guys have got. All of a sudden they sign all these guys. They sign less. This is just a number. We sign 80 guys. So everybody's going to go out there and work as hard as you can. And the guys don't realize that you get over with the pencil. You don't get over with your wrestling. And that means whoever the boss likes, you're the star. So, but they don't have really the time for the character development. Like I'm developing Robbie Barstool, where we might take a year and a half to develop your character before you're really let loose. Now all of a sudden these guys are working. They're doing every kind of athletic move there is, but nobody wants to sell because they say, well, if I don't show them everything I can do, they're gonna go with this other guy. I want to show them I can punt, I can kick, I can kick left, kick right, I can hold, I can do anything to get a job. And that's just human nature. And they're busting their balls. They're doing the best they can. They want to show you what they can do. And the hardest part in wrestling, especially when you're young, is to learn to slow down. Learn to slow down, have that body language, have that intensity, and have that emotion, which draws money. So they can do all this shit, blah, 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 blah. But then when it boils down to it, there's The Rock looking left, looking right in slow motion. Steve Austin strutting down, cha-cha-cha, flipping you off, whatever, doing what he does when he's Steve Austin and The Rock, doing what he is with them, because they've got that massive amount of being shoved down your throat with what their character is. And you buy everything you do, every eye open, tongue out, wiggle to the fucking ass or whatever. Where the 205 guys, they're busy saying, okay, I got my Hurricane Ronnie in, now I'm doing a flippy dive to the floor, now I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do a tornado DDT, and I can cover them each time so everybody can go, 2. Well, the other guys, now I got Hulk Hogan against the Ultimate Warrior. Holy shit. What are they doing? A test of strength. Holy shit. Which one's stronger?
That's the reason why the old school wrestling is so different than the new school in your eyes, because the emotion is what you miss. You miss the emotion. You've said that.
Do you like that match, Rip?
What's that?
Hogan and Warrior, WrestleMania 6?
I'll tell you, it was probably one of the best choreographed, put together matches to fight, do the count out, do this, do that, blah, 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 for having two guys that weren't really great workers or wrestlers or whatever. It was really good. It was.
I agree. I thought it played to their strengths.
Yes,
well.
You could not tell.
It's one of my all-time favorite matches.
It was really good. It was really good. And when I saw that son of a bitch, and I said, whoever put this son of a bitch together is a goddamn genius. Probably Pat Patterson.
Yeah, I got a soft spot for that one too. Because
Pat Patterson
was
one of the
got me into wrestling.
Yes, one of the smartest guys in wrestling ever been. You know, he's just tremendous talent.
First Intercontinental Champion. Shout out Pat Patterson.
Hey, Miz. Miz is doing some shit right now. Miz is up there cooking. He's so happy that he's not. Now, do you think they think that deep? Like, you're not being on the poster or anything like that? Like, do you think they're like, Miz, this is great for your character if we just can continue to fuck you over like this and not put you on this, anything like that, on any posters or anything like that? Because that was what Miz's promo was, right? It was at this week or last week where he cut that whole thing. Do you think that's on purpose, or what do you think that is?
I think they probably put a poster together that he wasn't on, and he probably went to someone and said, can I, cut a promo about this? I like the build they're doing for this Intercontinental feud. Like, I feel like we said it a few weeks ago, maybe, how we were like, WrestleMania is looking good, but maybe, things aren't feeling special yet. I feel like this week, things are feeling special. I took a look down. I wrote out today all of the matches that seem very likely. And I was like, man, this is shaping up to be one of the better cards in a few WrestleManias. So this Intercontinental Championship match, The Miz and Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, the build is perfect. The three opponents are perfect. I'm down for all of this. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but things are looking good for the WWE right now.
Okay, now, when you're pushing an angle, guys, or whatever, you peak it. So right when it's time for WrestleMania, I can't wait for this to happen. If it would have happened last month, that's old fucking news. They are the experts at peaking a product, peaking a match to get your interest to the max. They're geniuses.
Yeah. How about Cena calling Undertaker a coward? That was a big move right there. That was big, big, big. Just looking into the camera, you are a coward, he said.
It's awesome.
And it was interesting that Kane comes out.
Kane came out, chokeslammed, and was like, don't talk about my brother like that. I like the little continuity of we're going to remind you that Kane is the Undertaker's brother in kayfabe. I've reached the point where, in my mind, the American Badass is coming back. The American Badass Undertaker coming out to Kid Rock. If that gong hits at WrestleMania and the dead man comes out, I'm going to be a very sad camper.
Well, why'd they bring Kane and the American Badass weren't ever linked together, right?
They kind of were.
Yeah. Were they?
Kane in 2003-ish. they were linked around WrestleMania 19, I believe.
Really? So this could still be a thing. Maybe this is Kane retiring as well.
Well, Glenn Jacobs, he's running for mayor of Knox County. He's got to go run that county.
Got to do it. Guy's got to be a mayor. What do you want from him? What do you want from him?
I want to go to Knox County for that election. Just campaign for it outside the poll booths. Vote Glenn. Also, Glenn may be the lamest name for Kane I could imagine being his real name.
It's
no
tough.
offense to him, but it's like Kane, the demon, the big red machine. What's the least badass name you could think of? I'd be like, Glenn.
Pat, is that your next stop after wrestling, being a mayor?
No, mayor can't do shit. You should become a governor.
Would you be a governor?
Yeah, I would. That's obviously the chance. That's the chance.
It would be a Jesse Ventura like career trajectory.
The governor would be the move, but that's not until like 30 years from now. And will I still be alive? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Oh, AG, you know what I mean? The article just went up on WWE.com, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing over here. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool stuff.
It's been a wild 24 hours.
It really has been. It's been pretty insane. And here we are. We're just about to go down WrestleMania weekend and have a good time. And just talk about being a wrestling. I mean, this is the simplest job I've ever gotten in my life. Hey, we just want you to go down there and talk about wrestling and just being a
Be
fan.
a wrestling fan.
Yeah, that's basically what he talked about. He was like, because I told him, I was like, I've never got a chance to go WrestleMania weekend either. I was supposed to go last year. I couldn't make it. Something popped up. I can't wait to go. Normally I can't go. And he was like, oh, we can't wait for you just to experience it and talk about it. I was like, yeah. He basically just said, that's all we want you to do. It's just, you're up there representing just a fan, basically. Having a good time with it and do whatever you want. I was like, you got it, man. Let's fucking go. I've been preparing for this for like 25 years. I got you. This is gonna be a good time. I got lucky that I was a big WWE fan. Like I'm lucky
And
that I was.
Takeover card is a good one to start with.
Great one.
It's an unbelievable card.
I'm going to have so many things to talk about. And I'm going to dive into a lot of these people's history, too. I mean, I'm going to try to learn everything I have so I just have, ammo for days. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be awesome. And I got to
We'll make some cue cards. We'll make some cheat sheets for you.
Oh, nice. Once it gets in there, it's good. It just needs to get in there. So that's 100% true. But it's just after meeting them at the Indianapolis thing and how hospitable everybody was, it's like it's a cool thing. I'm very happy about it.
And you said what a nice guy Michael Cole was too, right?
He was very nice to me.
Okay, now, before you're a mark and you're looking at his character on TV, I hate that son of a bitch. He's a dumb, stupid motherfucker.
You're damn right.
Yeah, well, he had to follow JR, man. He had to follow. That's just like John Cena with the Steve Austin fans. I mean, it's the same thing. Michael Cole had to follow JR. Now, granted, they worked together at the same time, but everybody who was the big JR fan thought that they couldn't be a Michael Cole fan. I mean, that's just kind of how it was for a while. But boy, he was so nice to me, and obviously this is very cool. I can't wait. Do you think Cena happens?
Yeah, I do. And also, I think I'm blocked by Michael Cole on Twitter. Maybe in New Orleans we'll try to get that undone.
Oh, listen, I don't need you fucking this up, Ron. I don't know what you did on Twitter to piss off Michael Cole.
This was years and years and years ago. Years ago, he posted like a weight loss transformation, and I was like, I don't want to see a shirtless Michael Cole. Block.
Hey, listen, if I could block a bunch of bullshit.
I deserved it. I was a little shithead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I could block bullshit out of my life, that'd be incredible too. Just you could do on Twitter. Cena Undertaker's definitely going to happen, right? We all agree?
Yep.
Can't wait for it. I'm happy Glenn came out and did that thing with Kane. What else is going on Raw?
All right, two more things. One, I know you're not going to like. Let's talk about the ultimate deletion of Bray Wyatt.
That was interesting, bro. Michael Cole, right before that scene, that whole thing started, Michael Cole said that he regrets that you have to watch this. And then Corey Graves talked about how it's the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. And if you read the internet directly after and while it was happening, they couldn't have read that situation more accurately with how people were going to respond to it. There was people that absolutely loved it, and then there was people that were completely confused by the whole thing. I thought there were some entertaining points. This is just like the Bray Wyatt-Randy Orton match at that house a couple months ago or whatever. It's just one of those things. It was so interesting, and they used the word boomstick in there for no reason. No reason even. They just dropped it in there. I don't know. They didn't do anything. But I enjoyed the entertainment value of it. I enjoyed the thought process behind it.
So, Robbie, help me out here because I followed this loosely when it spawned in TNA. This is basically a TNA gimmick that they stole of Matt. This is Matt's idea, but they pulled it over from TNA, brought it into the WWE. But I feel like when they did it in TNA, Matt had a ton of vignettes and stuff that really set the scene for this whole persona and this whole character and this whole Hardy compound situation. And I feel like WWE, to no fault really, but kind of just had to kind of rush it and get it out there and just not really tell the whole story.
Yeah, you know, when it happened at TNA, like the final deletion was the first one. It was Matt versus Jeff on the Hardy compound. And it felt like this like special event. I remember watching it in my living room, my entire Twitter timeline. Every single tweet was about the final deletion. How amazing it was, how absurd it was. It was funny. It was like dramatic. It's mostly comedy. You know, it's taken very seriously in the world of professional wrestling, but outside of it, it's known that this is a joke. Now, he had vignettes, and like you said, we knew this character in and out before that happened, and we knew kind of like the layout of the Hardy compound. We knew everything. In WWE, something got lost in translation, and I think they are almost relying on the audience to have seen the TNA stuff to get this. Like, if I was a WWE fan who had no idea of Broken Matt and TNA whatsoever, I don't think I would like what happened on Raw. Like, I don't think I would get it. I don't think I would enjoy it necessarily.
Exactly.
Because I do know the TNA stuff. I thought it was fine. I thought it was good, not great, but I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is what it is. Like Brother Nero coming back was a cool moment for me, but in WWE terms, Brother Nero makes absolutely no sense to anybody. But it was fine. It was much better than the House of Horrors with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, and it was much better than the Wyatt family versus New Day like compound thing they did right around the final deletion. That was clearly like they were trying to capitalize on the success of it, and it was weird. So this was the best, I guess, incarnation of this match WWE has done, but it's not saying much.
Okay, can I say something?
Always.
I'll rip
Always.
it literally anytime,
okay.
except for when we're live. When we're live on Sirius, there's some things you can't say.
I guess we better go to a break. I guess we better go to a break.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
No, anyway, you got to remember, everybody's not a cleanup hitter. Every match is not the main event. You're not supposed to be the main event. You're supposed to cater to somebody that likes the fried chicken, and everybody else hates it. But you pulled a number for the segment, and now the next segment, and you didn't overstep your bounds. Now we're going to go to this other demographic, the kind that likes real wrestling, or the kind that likes hardcore, or the kind that's going to go through the tables or off the ladder, or the intergender matches, or the 205, or whatever. It's like the matches on the card. You got your pecking order, and you don't overstep those bounds. And you got to remember, Vince McMahon has got final say on everything. So he's saying, no, maybe this is too good. We don't want him to peak right here. We want this other thing, which is going to be a bigger draw later on for TV, WrestleMania. We're taking around the loop before that or whatever. So we don't want all the attention there. You're not supposed to do too good. Remember that. You're always playing your role, and they're going to make sure you stay in that role. If you hit too many home runs, well, we're not going to make you clean up here. We're going to put you back on the bench. So the boss always has final say, and they obviously know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I got to wear a suit and tie.
Uh-oh.
I don't have a suit and tie.
But you got
You
big
do,
arms.
yeah. I was thinking that. That was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, Pat's going to have to wear a suit.
I just got the text that said, hey, dress code for Hall of Fame, NXT TakeOver, everything, suit and tie for everything.
Got to go get you some custom work done.
Because I'm going to go get an all-black Johnny Cash. You know what's coming. You know. And these biceps, it's going to be a tight suit. The arms are going to look good, Rip.
But you're always flexing your triceps, and it makes your bicep look littler.
No, it doesn't. I mean, just look at, look at the
Well,
inside.
that's awesome. Look at the cross striations.
Yeah.
There's nothing little over there.
Yeah. I've been doing work on these biceps. I do believe that if the biceps weren't as large, I don't think NXT would have pulled the trigger on the next step. Because the hoodless or the sleeveless hoodie that I wore at NXT, I think the lighting that they had made it look good.
Really popped.
Yeah, the lighting made it look really good. So I'm happy that we put in some curls over here.
The good thing about it is, who'd you sit next to? See,
a fucking monster of a man.
No, but you looked huge because you had the big arms, and we had the camera angles gimmicked. So that made us look smaller. So you were AG, you were all gimmick, and it was all you.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, what else is going on?
All right, finally, let's talk Brock Lesnar. He finally showed up, showed his face, and beat the ever-living hell out of Roman Reigns. Stretchered him out, and then Brock kept going back for more. It was he beat Roman up, act like he was leaving, go back in, suplex him again, and he was pissed.
Brock?
Yes.
Was not happy. I don't think he ever is, to be honest with you, but it did not seem as if he was happy. Are we just going to gloss over the fact, though, that Roman Reigns beat the hell out of 3 U.S. Marshals?
Yeah, we are, because it didn't really make any sense to me.
Why isn't he in jail?
That was weird.
Why was he in ring gear?
Vince loves like certain verbiage, and he made sure that they kept saying U.S. Marshal. Like, it was just a little weird. I liked that Brock waited until Reigns was handcuffed to come out and beat the hell out of him, because it was like, in my mind, I was thinking, like, does Brock have a shred of doubt in his mind that he can't beat Roman Reigns unless he's handcuffed? So, showing a weakness in the beast like that, I thought was cool.
Well, also, too, I mean, if he's trying to get heat, that's a good way to do it, I feel like. Rip, correct me if I'm wrong, but you only come out when the guy's handcuffed and beat the shit out of him.
They're giving Roman every chance in the world to be a babyface. They're doing everything to him. This helpless guy, he's handcuffed, and this big fucking monster Brock, who hates everybody, is going to attack him when he's handcuffed.
And then he flips over the fucking stretcher. By the way, 2 shows they had stretchers, back-to-back shows. That was interesting that they did that. But there was only somebody sent me a tweet because I didn't get to watch Raw live because we were filming a first of 4 game shows that whole fucking night. But I got a couple of tweets that were like, people were chanting "You deserve it" to Roman. I only heard like 4 people doing that. I didn't hear like a large crowd saying.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge chant.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big of a chant. As Twitter was trying to make, because Twitter tweeted me and Rip. They were like, "Hey, they're trying to get Roman over here, and they got a 'You deserve it' chant happening." A couple people did it, and I'm like, "Holy shit! Is the whole place after a guy just gets murdered while being handcuffed chanting 'You deserve it'?" I'm like, I can't wait to see this. These fans in Dallas must be savages if that's what's happening. And it was only a couple people. I think it's working. I do believe it's working right now with the Roman Brock angle to get Roman liked.
Working more than it usually does, for sure.
I agree.
You got to remember, everybody that's been pushed, first they hated Hogan. They hated Bret Hart. They hated the Ultimate Warrior. They had to earn their way in there. Then all of a sudden they become icons. Then all of a sudden they buy it. Some people are going to get over quicker than others. You got to remember, Roman's got no real wrestling experience. He doesn't really know how to get over because he just went from football to NXT to up there, right? And then he's still in my eyes, a greenhorn. Whereas before in WWF, you would work 10 years in the territories, babyface, heel. You could work anything you wanted with older guys. You understand the business, and then you get a shot. But in the meantime, you've had 3,000 matches. Now he's had matches in class at NXT. Then all of a sudden, it gets brought up, and they don't have very many guys with a lot of experience compared to the older days, and that's what I'm comparing it to. So this is not a knock. Pat didn't come in and set the world on fire. But yes, he did in the NFL as a rookie. By the time he had put his time in,
you're right, his years.
Yes, it's like when you look at the baseball card of the major leaguer, you see him hit 278. The next year it's 287, then it's 297, then it's 317, then it's 328, then it's 342. Then he starts sliding down the other way. But in the meantime, you get that acknowledged, you get that experience, and people accept you. And once you're over, you're over. That's how they can bring Daniel Bryan back. That's how they can bring all these the Rey Mysterios back. Once you get over, which is the hard thing to do, just think of the pro boxing and UFC. Once you get that name recognition, the record really doesn't matter. We just know Chuck Liddell's fighting. Holy shit. Hoist Gracie's coming back. Well, he's 102. It don't matter. He's Hoist Gracie.
Yep, because it's the take a trip of nostalgia.
Yes.
Like it's just a nostalgia trip. That's why that WWE 25th anniversary Raw show, the smaller theater which you were in where people weren't happy, they were banking on that nostalgia, just carrying it over. Undertaker coming in there, DX coming in there. But I think a lot of younger fans who didn't take the trip down nostalgia lane were there. I don't know if that's it. But the nostalgia of things really helps out a lot in a lot of professions, by the way. Not just, you said combat sports, but I think it's everything in general.
Just think if you could come back and all of a sudden the Indianapolis Indians are playing, but Barry Bonds is going to be there. holy shit, Barry Bonds is going to be there. Warren Spahn, you don't know who Warren Spahn is. Mickey, he's dead, can't say that. Willie Mays is going to be there. Hank Aaron's going to be there. You know, the greatest players in the world when I was a kid, when I had their baseball cards. I can't wait to go.
Because it's like a song where it takes you to a time. Like you hear a throwback song, it takes you to a time. Just
You're
like
thinking back, that's 7th grade, 1967.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was trying to get into Sydney pants, but I didn't even know what the pants were or anything. You know what I mean? But stuff like,
Is that her real name, or are we going to have to edit out that lady? Just
you better get Ty on the thing. At least I didn't say something live and then we better go
just
to a break.
take out her last name.
We just know it's a gimmick.
Hilarious. AG.
All gimmick.
What else we got to talk about, Nick? Anything?
I think that's it, man. You could talk Ronda Rousey if you want. She gave a little promo, a little video segment. Apparently, she was much better on the mic than the past couple weeks, so it seems like she's learning. She's figuring it out.
Yeah, I am in the training videos. I think are looking pretty good too. Like everything.
Training videos are awesome.
Yeah, they're looking good, and I'm excited for it. The promo was very emotional. I enjoyed that. Kurt Angle was there. It was a good team little effort. I enjoy what Ronda Rousey's going to bring, but I don't know if she's going to win over a lot of people quick. It seemed like that's going to be a tough hill to climb, but we'll see what happens there. What's going to happen in that match? What's going to happen in that match?
I don't know, and you mentioning this makes me think now. We talked about similarities in the shows based on the stretchers, but like I'm thinking about the WrestleMania card, and I'm thinking about you have a three-way for the Intercontinental Championship, correct?
Yep.
Now you have a three-way for the U.S. title with Mahal.
Yep. Rude,
and Orton. Mm-hmm. Now you're also potentially going to have two tag matches with Shane getting involved with KO and Sami Zayn, and now you're going to have Stephanie and Ronda and Kurt and Triple H. Like it just seems like they're kind of mirroring each other.
It does.
They are,
yeah,
sure.
It feels like a management versus wrestlers in that part, and then the whole. You're 100% right with that, Robbie. Do you think the match? I mean, we could talk about the Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan. I think that's Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Daniel Bryan, and Shane McMahon, who's incredible in the ring for being a billionaire's kid. He needs to just chill out, jumping off fucking cages.
Yeah.
He's a real lunatic. That match is going to be incredible. The Kurt Angle, remember when he had to fill in where everybody got sick, and he was a part of the Shield. Now, Kurt Angle, this is almost like Kurt Angle being compared to Kurt Angle, which is unfair because what Kurt Angle used to do back in the day was insane. But it's like Kurt Angle. Can he still fucking bring it? Triple H will be able to, because he's a very emotional wrestler storyline in there. But now you got Stephanie and Ronda. I mean, this is going to be an I don't know how they're going to do the in the ring. I'm excited to see it. I am very excited to see what they do.
I think that match is going to be mostly Triple H and Kurt Angle, and it's going to be Kurt Angle taking the heat, trying to get the hot tag to Ronda, because in mixed tags, once you get the tag, Triple H would have to tag in Stephanie. And I think once it's actually Ronda and Stephanie, it will not last long at all. I think they'll put Ronda over super strong so they can make her a contender for that women's championship.
So you think as soon as Stephanie and Ronda get in, it's going to be a finisher over, you think?
I think it'll be a pretty quick armbar. I think the armbar is the big payoff that everyone wants to see.
Oh, okay. What would you do, Rip, if you had to handle that whole situation?
Well, the whole thing about it is
emotion.
They hate Stephanie, and if she gets in there with a world-class fighter, she's obviously got to be destroyed. It's there to get Ronda over. That's only business, and they'll do it right. And when majority of the work has got to be the professionals, Triple H and Kurt Angle, so you're going to see very little of the girls.
I'd like to see Stephanie bringing some type of equalizer, like some type of weapon, or something to really get heat.
I'm very interested to watch it. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what Triple H and Kurt Angle do in there, because Triple H puts those videos of him training at fucking midnight, and he's an animal. The dude is a fucking animal. Kurt Angle, his neck is the same size as his crank. The amount of working out he has to do on his neck is insane. I can't wait to see what they do. I'll be interested to see the flow of that match. It's going to be nice.
Okay, now just think. Mm-hmm. You got two girls with nil experience.
Okay.
So that means when you get Kurt and Triple H in there, now they throw some old-fashioned intensity in there and some emotion. You don't even notice you're not looking at the girls. And they can really...
So that's why they're putting Kurt Angle and Ronda so tight, because they're both fighting for their partner, basically. So it's going to be a very intense situation.
It should be awesome.
I can't wait to see what Triple H does as an entrance with Stephanie.
Yeah, that's always incredible.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I appreciate you blogging about that, brother.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. I just reposted. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm working on the blog right now, getting it up as quickly as we can.
Oh, you just reposted their article?
I haven't put it on the blog yet. I just retweeted it.
Got you. I appreciate you, man. Hey, Nick, I appreciate you. Vibs, I appreciate you. Rip, I appreciate you. Ty, thanks for rocking the board back there. Vibs got one more question.
Yeah, can we just say this? Like, I mean, Nick and I obviously were happy for you for getting that NXT thing, but like seeing Rip's reaction and seeing how excited Rip was probably the coolest thing I've experienced since working at Barstool. So I'm happy for both of you guys.
Well, I appreciate the Ripper a lot in this whole thing. This guy, he sends me text messages on a regular basis. Whenever he saw the newspaper article of me and the Indie Star at a show, Rip, you're a good dude. I appreciate you, buddy.
Whatever it was, I can't remember it anyway, so what the hell.
Oh, that brain of yours is good. Daniel Bryan's is as well. Thankful he's back. It was a fun week in wrestling. We appreciate you for sticking around and listening. Boy, I got a good brain, too. It's not right now, though. Robbie.
Fox, Barstool, Jeff Harris, neighbor's favorite. AG, all gimmick. Gimmick, more gimmick. Jeff Vibbert.
At the Jeff Vibbert, at Nick Moraldo, at Hustler2754, at Ty Schmidt, at
Robbie Barstool.
Ah, fuck!
It's right there.
Well, we better go to a break.
You were close.
It's on me. You guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. We appreciate you for sticking around. I signed a contract today. We got to talk about wrestling. This is a good day. Life is good. Thank you guys so much for listening. Cheers.